starting to be friends with her.
What the fuck are you guys talking about? I never mind. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I'm talking to you about Danganronpa.
Oh. Well, you like we were having that conversation 15 minutes ago.
Whoever said we were done?
When I left the room at one point, I thought that was pretty definitive.
You are automatically always in conversation.
Apparently.
It's
hey guys,
when you shit on your phone and don't close it, like it's just running in the background.
Yeah, right. Much. And like I was pretty pissed because I was trying to keep Sonya on lock, and then I didn't end up having time for Mikan.
I'm sorry.
She turns pretty interesting at the end.
Oh yeah, no, I love that. Anyway,
she becomes crazy bitch.
We are live with bonus content. I am Alex O'Neill. With me, I have Scott Guthier, Tony Horvath, Brian Nabishin Jackson, and of course, well, not of course, but Jared Green is here, writer extraordinaire.
It's definitely of course.
It's always of course. Whatever. Nabishin, how's your week? How's life?
It's been okay so far.
So far, these first 28 years were okay.
Yeah, I'm up to turn 29 in like a week or two, so.
I know. Are you dreading it?
Not really.
Okay. Good.
Well, see, now you're making me think about it.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to say
that. Yes, I am dreading it.
This is exactly.
It's fine. Yeah, this is my birthday coming up. I'm going to DC with my friends. Go to Katsucon. They're taking me there. So
cool.
that's a
friends going
trip.
to Katsucon.
Yeah. What?
I wasn't going to say anything. I'm sorry. I was going to make a stupid joke about your friends should go see his friends, and then I just decided that was stupid and I shouldn't say that out loud. But now you force my hand. That's good.
But yeah. Yeah, so that's the thing that's going to happen. I bought I bought most of my stuff to do my cosplay as Loki because Katie really wanted me to cosplay as something. And I said, okay, I'll just be this colored kid in Bayonetta 2. And she's like, okay, just do something. And I'm like, okay. So I just bought all this stuff pretty much yesterday. And yeah, that's the thing that's going to happen. Well, I didn't buy it yesterday. I bought it for from the last few days, last few weeks even. But it was the last few days I just got really, really serious about it and just bought everything. I bought contacts and my raver pants, which are that'll be interesting to wear because I never wore something like that because it's gonna be because Loki has these these orange raver pants, so it was basically just the regular pants on your waist, and then just these big parachute bottoms at the bottom. So that's gonna be weird to walk around in a convention. So I'll probably be tripping over my feet the entire time. I might tuck it in my shoes or something like that. I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But other than that, I have to I have to get a yellow hoodie, and I have to take out the sleeves off of those, and then I have to make a serious V-neck because he has a serious V-neck with his hoodie, and then we have to alter it and shit like that. But Katie's gonna help me with that.
What constitutes a serious V-neck versus a not so serious V-neck?
I don't know. That was just words. When I talk, I just say things. Man. Don't even pay attention to what I say.
I'm
Bachelors.
This is my journalistic.
His mom keeps telling him to get married.
Yeah, right. This is my journalistic integrity. I ask all the tough questions.
Hard boss.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Continue, Nabishin. I'll shut up now.
But yeah, that's the thing that's going to happen. Probably next Friday. Yeah, probably next Friday. Yeah, it will be next Friday because that's when we're leaving. Is that Friday?
So you're gonna miss the show?
Maybe, unless we want to record Thursday, but probably not. So I don't really care. Yeah, they'll be pretty much taking care of me for the next 4 days up there, and then we'll come back and hang out some more. So I'm looking forward to it.
That means I'm going to win.
Yeah, you probably are.
We can record Thursday. Jeez. You too.
See, you weren't even fucking serious about it before. Now you're all serious about it now.
Yeah, like as soon as you get serious, Scott, like Nabashin's competitiveness is gonna take over him. It's gonna be like, no, we have to fucking record this day.
Yeah, no, we can record Thursday.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. At this rate, I'm going to win.
That's the funniest shit I've heard all year.
You know.
But other than that, it's been work. Super Bowl's coming up, so that's gonna be chaotic at my job.
Yes. Ooh.
Black people like wings.
Are we doing anything
You know that
for the Super
black
Bowl?
people like wings.
I don't know. Probably not.
All right.
So, I'm going to watch it. Maybe because
Scott and I will watch it together.
I like watching the Super Bowl sometimes.
Yeah, I'll just put the minion where the ottoman normally is.
That's right.
That's how you get me to watch it.
You play poker with my mom. That's how you get me to watch the Super Bowl.
That was good stuff, dude.
That was so much fun.
Shark, man.
I'm happy we posted that racist comment I just said, but that's good.
Yeah, good. I don't remember what it was, so.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been talking to someone online, and that's pretty much all I'll say about that. But that's about it.
Is
What
he
about you?
cute?
Is he cute? Oh, you're adorable, Tony. Yes, he is. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about me. Jarrett, how's life working, going? I got there.
Well, I don't know what the fuck that was, but just slid right into that segue.
Yeah, I was really on top of my game.
It's great.
Speaking of black people,
Speaking of black people,
God damn it.
we found a couple.
Yeah, they're on this podcast. Affirmative action, something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. I don't do shit, man. Just got back from MagFest. Which,
You went to MagFest. And I wanted to go to MagFest, but the tickets were like $80.
well, they were if you buy them at the door. I go to MagFest every year, so I bought mine like 6 months ago, and they were $30.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. Are you going to go next year?
Yes.
Okay, because I have to go at some point because I have to meet the Game Grumps. This is
They are there.
I know. I watched their panel and I was like, I want to go up and ask Danny to sing for me. This is what I want.
I almost went to that panel, but I was drunk, so I forgot.
I should have. If I had known you were gonna be there, I would have like texted you and told you to go to the panel and to ask Danny to sing the Zero's part from Mega Marital Problems, and then I would have watched it in the panel, and I would have. It would have made my whole life.
It'd have been like you were there.
It would have been like I was there.
It's funny because it's not very far from like your location.
It is like 38 minutes away.
Yeah. Not that you looked or anything.
Not that I looked or anything. No, I wanted to go. I had a friend that might go, but I didn't want to go alone, and he couldn't end up making it. So
you're not a friend, Jarrett.
No.
well, I didn't know Jarrett was going.
I was
So
fucking live in location, man.
yeah, he
Well,
was
you didn't stop to see Alex either, so you're both shitty friends.
yeah.
Well, I didn't drive. That's the difference. I wasn't gonna be like, yo, for the people in the car, we should take a pit stop and go see Alex. They were like, you can go eat a dick, and you threw me in the car.
Hey man, I could have been like selling dicks for people to eat. I don't know.
Well, luckily, he's got them, so let's go see.
Let's go. We'll go eat some dicks. No, it looked like fun. I love the Game
Big
Grumps.
fan of MagFest. It's a small convention. You're not going to see a whole lot of like really super famous faces. I was disappointed because normally John St. John is there, and he's a goddamn animal.
This year?
No, he was not there this year.
Wow.
That man is a problem.
How
He gets
so?
a panel usually, and they're like, "Oh, it was Duke Nukem. Look how amazing I am." He signs some autographs, and he goes to the party, and he's like, fucking outrageous.
He is the party master.
And
I am on his Wikipedia page just because I'd forgotten who he was for a moment. And in his Wikipedia page, under video games, there's a picture of him holding up a woman's leg and licking it, and it says John St. John with a fan. I should put this as the picture for this episode with no context.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean that sounds pretty disappointing. He is Duke Nukem.
Saw some really cool indies. That indie program they're doing, they it was always like a small part of the show for the past couple of years, but like it's really coming into its own over there. The MagFest Indie Showcase.
Did you see Discord Games there at all? They have a game called Chasm.
I saw Chasm. I didn't play Chasm, but I saw it because the line was too big.
Yeah, they're in Baltimore. I met them and talked to them about Maryland stuff when I was at PAX. They're cool guys.
Hey man, how about these circles everywhere?
All they do is circles out here. Isn't that weird?
What isn't weird? The Maryland's got all guys.
Isn't that weird?
There aren't that. There are a lot of circles around where Tony and I used to live, but like that's it. It's not like
you have to understand, like everywhere else, people just drive in straight lines.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, but in that one place, it's like 6 circles.
all directly next to each other.
Yeah, that's like a completely ridiculous.
It was.
Wait a second. Try telling that to people who live in D.C.
Yeah, like which is a giant circle.
I don't talk
like,
to people in DC.
That's kind of like the way to solve that problem.
They're all on crystal meth. I can't talk to them.
I have friends in DC, but they're probably on crystal meth. But I still like them. I guess.
I never said you didn't have to like them. I just said talk to them.
Very true. Yeah, I've heard good things about the MagFest indie stuff. That seems to be like the new cool thing to do if you have like a for fans by fans convention is to have indie games be like a big part of it.
I also met a couple people from Curse who one was working and the other one was visiting because she was down with MagFest and didn't really actually want to work but wanted to be there, so she just followed them there. They were pretty cool and may provide paid work for me in the future.
Cool.
Shook some hands, did some business. Had to convince people I was an actual journalist because I didn't have a business card.
I could have given you.
Trust me, I do actually write things. I'm not just a creepy stalker.
I could have given you some business cards if you would stop by. I'm just saying.
I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh shit. I told him I was going to write about this. I look like a creeper because I don't have any business cards. I look like a giant penis.
Well, I didn't know you were going to MagFest until I started reading a preview. It was like, at MagFest. I'm like, was Jared at MagFest? So yeah, I guess it worked out.
Did it seem smaller this year as far as like the indie presence because PAX South was at the same time?
No, that was a surprising thing. It seemed bigger than normal. I feel like a lot of the indies that ended up at PAX Prime were the indies that were already covered, if that makes any sense, that already had a bit of a mainstream pull. That already had contacts in places. These were indies that like hopefully I get something done by the end of the year, and hopefully it gets Steamlit or greenlit on Steam, and maybe just maybe I'll get this controller support working and people can actually play by the end of the year. Like they're just excited that like to be there.
Yeah, understandable. I like that kind of indie a lot myself. Because you see some of those guys like in Boston at PAX, and they're always like the super nicest, and they're always like, because in that like first hour when it's just media, they're always like super astonished that anyone wants to come play their game. That's just part of the media, and it's fun. They're super warm and nice and welcoming.
I hope some of the people I saw end up at PAX East because I think a lot of them deserve it. Deserve a look
for sure. I guess Capybara wasn't there.
Capybara was not there.
Oh, never mind. I was going to say something bad.
Okay. I was just going to ask because if you would have gotten the chance to play Below, I would recommend it.
No.
Just spit in your face because we're making Super Time Force. That's what I was going to say.
There was actually none of the games there were really had any console support. They're kind of all PC stuff. A couple games had like inroads, like part of their plan was PS4, whatever.
Yeah. Part of their Kickstarter
like
circles.
Yeah, like most of these dudes were like guys who had full-time jobs and wanted to do this part-time. Like Neon Krieger Yamato, that dude is like has a full-time job doing everything else he does, and then for 4 or 5 hours a night, he started putting together that game.
Yeah, that's like how Dust and Elysian Tale got started,
Right?
And then that guy like won like the $12,000 from the Microsoft thing.
Right.
Got that.
And he's
deal.
like, I'm paid.
Yeah. So then he got to make that game. So yeah, that's pretty normal. I think that's how Discord Games is doing Chasm as well, but they did a Kickstarter that got funded. So, all right, cool. Sounds like a fun time. I wish I could have gone. It was just before school started too. Anything else, Jarrett? Any life interesting happenings?
No.
How was that? Was that like that party that you took a picture of somebody's bathtub?
That was at MagFest.
That was at MagFest?
That was night one. I was like, holy.
How was that?
It was interesting. There was I don't know if you noticed, there was a box of wine that was just in the tub of water.
Oh, I noticed.
But they didn't take it out of the box. They just kind of threw the whole thing in there.
Yeah.
A dude was in that tub with the water
By the end of the night?
by the end of the night.
That's awesome.
They had to pull him out because they were afraid he was going to drown himself.
God.
It was neat.
Yeah. Sounds like a good time.
But you you don't stay in one place very long. If you know enough people, you're like in and out of rooms all the time. So like that was like a small section of the night.
Okay. Fair enough. Tony, Scott, you guys and myself started school this week.
Yeah,
Yes, we did.
How's that going for you two?
Pretty well so far.
it's going.
Just stark contrast. Scott, you explained your schedule to me last week before we did the show.
It's not an 8 to 8. It is, thank God, pretty close. 9:30 to 7:30.
11 hours of, or 10 hours of school. That sounds like terrible.
It's what he does on Monday, Wednesday, I do on Tuesday, Thursday, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
That part is awful.
So
those 2 days of the week kind of suck.
So do you guys like go to school 4 days of the week or 5?
3.
3. I do 3.
Yeah, I have classes on Tuesday, Thursday, and then one class on Fridays.
Okay. I'm Tuesday through Thursday. I lucked
Goddamn Chem Lab decided for everyone that was open not to be on the same day.
Ugh. That's the worst.
Yeah.
I had when I was when I first started school, I was like, you have to take a science. I'm like, well, I took most of bio AP. I'll take biology. And then I went to it, and it's like it was Monday was one class, Wednesday was the lab, and the other class. I'm like, okay, this isn't that bad. Then after the first class, I'm like, I know all this. Is there a test I can take to get credits for this class? And there was, and I did, and I passed it with the minimum score I needed to pass. And I got 4 credits.
Perfect.
So now I have to take a science class without a lab. So like a science theory class. And there are like none of those offered this semester. I think there's one, and it didn't have enough students to be a class this semester. So that sucked. So I ended up taking 4 classes this semester instead of 5. That's the story of
5
my...
classes is kind of a lot anyways.
Yeah, that's what I figured, especially coming off when I could only take 3 last semester. I figured I didn't want to overwhelm myself, because I got a 4.0 last semester. Don't fuck this up. How about that? So that's kind of my strategy.
Yeah.
It's going well so far.
That's
I have 2 once-a-week classes. I don't like once-a-week classes, but I'll deal.
I've told Scott about this one class that I'm in. It's called Principles of Internet.
Oh,
man, it's great.
Principles of the Internet, you say? Is it
Yeah,
for like...
Rule 42 is the answer for everything?
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, the only question... Like, I'm the only person who knows anything about computers other than the professor in that class.
Mm-hmm.
That became immediately obvious. And it's weird because like she had us do this group thing where we write down stuff that we do and then go and talk to everybody else and find out other people who do that stuff. And so like one of the things I wrote down is like I'm a cybersecurity major, and then everyone that I talked to was like, "Holy shit, why are you here?" And I was like, "I don't know. The school told me to." So like the hardest question that was asked was, what is the difference between the internet and the World Wide Web?
Yeah, that's a very obtuse question.
But I don't know. It's going to be an entertaining semester because it's the class that I will have to put absolutely zero effort into learning anything. So
I had one of my once a week classes is the short stories, the literature class about short stories, which I find fascinating. So we had our first class last night.
Did you write a short story?
No, we read short stories and talk about them.
And then you write them?
No,
or just read them.
It's a literature class, not a creative.
You never
fiction
know
class.
with HCC, so
It's true. It's like a kind of like classic approach to a literature class where we read them and kind of break them down, and how the author gets across all these different points in such a short time frame is kind of like the approach. But we were doing introduction, and there's a guy behind me. He had to be like 45 maybe years old, and he was like,
it's a couple of years.
yeah, and he introduces himself. He's like, "Hello, I'm like Paul, I think is his name." And he's like, and he described his career as, "I play the upright bass," and then I just started laughing hysterically, and everyone in the class started looking at me, and I'm like, "Why is this happening?" But the way he said it, like this is his life. And just like me thinking of Brian Altano screaming "upright bass," and I lost my mind in the middle of class.
So you just shit
I
on this
would
dude's
too.
whole life career.
I did. I felt so bad because he's like a really nice guy,
And now he hates you.
and he's really
You
smart.
didn't even say sorry. I was thinking about
Yeah,
this.
because I'm sitting there like covering my face, and I didn't want to like sit there and be like, "Oh, there's this podcast I listened to where this guy saw a homeless person who was playing an upright bass. He was like, oh, upright bass,' and then you said that. It was fucking hilarious. I didn't want to do that."
I would have done that, and everyone would have laughed.
But yeah, I was just sitting there covering my face for pretty much the rest of the class.
Why do they call it an upright bass?
Because
Because you play it while it's upright.
yeah,
I'm not joking. That's
Yeah.
the only reason.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that one's just called the bass.
some people call it the bass, right?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really make too big a difference.
Well, it's so you know you're not talking about the guitar-shaped bass.
Yeah.
Right, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
if
bass
if somebody
guitar,
gets
but
confused.
Yeah, people do like to make that clarification. Because if you just say I play the bass, then people will typically assume if they're not if you're not in like a classical
If you're a
music
millennial,
setting,
you're like, "Oh, you play the
yeah,
the bass guitar,"
the bass guitar.
and then you say, "No, it's an upright bass."
And then they're
Upright
like,
bass.
So you play your electric bass
Upright bass.
while it's upright. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. You play your electric bass upright.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything interesting to happen with you guys? Anything you guys want to talk about?
What happened this week? I don't know. Probably something happened. I just don't remember.
That's fine. Scott Guthier.
Nope, not really.
Scooter Guthier.
I found out
I
that
went to
like
class.
Alex and I
I'm
have
in-
planned our schedules to perfectly contradict each other.
I go to class immediately after your break is done.
Yeah.
Why are you avoiding him so much?
God damn
right?
it! It is not me avoiding Tony.
It is. It always is.
It's because you're on the show
That's
more
okay.
often now. He's like, I got enough, Tony, now.
You know, the first time I was on the show in like 3 months, he decided not to be there that week.
That was not a decision. All right, I've been up.
Seriously to me.
I had been up for hours. I fell asleep
Slap
sitting.
a gate on the bed.
Oh, I'm
back of
sorry,
that
man.
Hashtag on
Why
the
should
front.
turn the fan on?
I didn't turn the. God damn it! I don't want to get into this. I was sitting upright on my base. I mean bed. And I just fell asleep, looking at my phone, which I was waiting for people to be like. I was waiting for the time to go by so I could start the fucking Google Hangout.
So
You could have just started the
by waiting
hangout.
I
long
should.
hung out.
You're right. I should have. I was tired. I'm sorry.
What kind of monster are you?
I'm the worst kind, clearly. I didn't mention this. A
Monster
couple,
that goes into your house and eats all your food.
yeah, that kind of monster. I saw Taken 3 or Takthren, if you prefer.
Takthren.
It's a good movie.
I don't believe you.
I enjoyed it. How about this?
Shatter your dreams right there.
Immediately. I don't believe you. I enjoyed Taken 3.
All right. See, that's a completely different sentence. That I believe. I believe you enjoyed Taken 3.
Okay. Hey, you, Jake, and I talked about this, though. Nonstop is a fantastic film. I am not backing down from that. That is a great film that I thoroughly
I love
enjoyed.
a decent genre of movie. It's really
Me
interesting.
too, dude. I had not seen Taken 2 because I watched Taken 1 with my current roommate a long time ago before we lived together, and I was like, well, then they announced it's Taken 2. I'm like, well, we have to go see that, and I found out he tried not to. He didn't want me to find out, but I found out that he went and saw it with his family without me. So for like 2 years, I was pissed at him because we watched all the Bourne movies together, which are great if you haven't watched them. And then they announced Bourne Legacy. I'm like, this probably won't be that good, but we should see it together. He's like, yeah. And then he went and saw that without me. And then they announced Taken 2, and then he went and saw that without me. I'm like, Taken was our thing. It was ours.
So the dream's over.
So I was super pissed at him, and then I'm like, all right, Ethan, let's sit down and watch Taken 2 together, pretend like you don't know what's happening, and then we'll go see Taken 3 together that day. And he hadn't seen it yet, so we went and saw it.
So he ruined the romance, is what you're saying.
Yeah. He basically cheated on me. But it was good. It's fun. It's not like the first two Taken movies. It's like a cop drama, weirdly enough. It's hard to describe.
I don't think it's that hard to describe.
It's like a Liam Neeson movie. Are you familiar with these? There's less wolves. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I had a pretty okay first week of school. I gave it a 7 out of 10 on Twitter. I think is what I said. Would try again.
Would bang.
Would bang again. And my friend tweeted me, fans of the genre will love this. It's the most appropriate thing you can say about school. So I guess let's start the show. Let's get this gravy train rolling. Choo choo. Everybody got Audacity ready to go?
Yep, now let me make sure that mic hasn't moved. It moved. Fuck you. Alright, we're good.
Good. Tony, good?
Pulling it up.
Okay. There's a lengthy pause there.
Yeah, I had to wait for my microphone to be unmuted.
Ah, I gotcha. I think mechanical keyboards is why they added that Google Hangout feature.
Which Google Hangout feature?
Where it would mute you while you're typing.
Oh, no. I hard muted it because I was typing to someone.
Okay.
I just didn't want you guys to have to hear the clack, clack, clackety, clack.
Okay. All right, on
All right,
one.
I'm ready whenever.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah.
Anything you guys want to get? Go pee or grab a drink before we start?
I'll do that during the show, thank you.
Oh, okay. Good. I
Business.
Every time.
We are starting the real show.
Hold on, I gotta yell at my nephew.
Okay.
Burning.
Burden. It's just like an adult name for a young child.
It's a grown-ass name, yeah.
Get up. Press the
Burning.
sync button on this and just press the sync button on the 360.
Vernon Dursley.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Remember I told you I had to use your...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just use that.
Thank you.
Yep. Have fun.
Yeah, I'm off to play Happy Wars.
Yes, he is. Alright, whenever.
Okay, cool. Okay, right chords here, good. Cool. I actually don't need my inhaler. I'm actually pretty excited about this.
Still have to cough your lungs out, though.
Every
I'm
time.
so excited.
I'm excited. I got like 3 S's in that word. It's Friday, January 30th. That's the date. Last show in January. We're already in February. I'm so sad. time needs to slow down. It is Friday, January 30th, 2015, and you're listening to the Irrational Passions podcast. I am Alex O'Neill. This week I am joined by Brian Nobishin Jackson.
Can you dig it?
Yes, we can.
Sucker!
I wasn't ready. Scott Guthrie's here.
Hey.
Tony Horvath is here.
Hey.
I like how you just like echo Scott. And Jarrett Green, writer extraordinaire, has graced us with his presence.
Remember when Booker T was a tag team with Goldust, and it was the greatest thing on TV?
Is it Goldust?
No.
Yeah, go YouTube that.
No, I don't.
Greatest thing on TV. Easily. 2001 was not shit after that.
Do you like reference wrestling every time I introduce you? I
hope so.
I feel like the last time it was. I mean, it's like at least Nobishin.
Well, you see now, Jared. Now you have to.
Yeah, now that you brought it up, now it has to be my thing.
I'm
I
looking
have a thing officially.
at pictures on Google, and I'm alarmed.
Well, are you familiar with who Goldust is?
No idea about wrestling.
Mr.
Goldust in the 90s, his gimmick was he liked movies a lot. So much so that he was like almost possessed and like obsessed with the idea of like glitz and glamour.
Okay.
So he painted himself like gold and used to say some off-wall shit. But he was just a remnant of the 90s. Then he randomly came back. This is around the same time Vince McMahon bought the WCW, which is his biggest competition. WCW's biggest star at the time was Booker T. Booker T was relegated to pretty much like jerk-off status immediately because that's how you do. But they put him in a tag team with this Goldust character. Booker T was dude, so him next to Goldust was absolutely 100% ridiculous.
All right.
Co-op with the idea.
I'm looking at
that he was,
pictures
like,
now.
walking in the Rock's shadow, so he used to try to be the fake Rock, and it was like a lot of things. It was complicated, but it was pretty much solid TV gold.
Yeah, I do remember this shit now. I'm looking at the pictures now. I was definitely watching wrestling at that time.
Was it solid TV gold dust?
Yes. See, now you're learning.
Okay, I'm getting there.
No, it's solid TV.
Yeah, he used to touch himself a little bit too. It was weird.
Yeah.
Welcome to Irrational Passions podcast, where occasionally I get lessons on wrestling from either Joe Fate or Jarrett Green. Either or, interchangeable at this point. I learned a lot about who's the tumor guy?
It's not a tumor.
Brock Lesnar. I learned a lot about him.
He's got muscles.
Yeah, he has more muscle than he has head.
That is accurate.
By like a long mile.
He has no real neck, but just like neck-like meat.
Yeah, he has like kind of like a little bit of squint down there. Anyway, welcome to Irrational Passions podcast. We're going to talk about video games at some point during the show. I promise you. But let's start off with some house cleaning. House cleaning or housekeeping? I guess.
It's supposed to be housekeeping, but I think you keep pushing this cleaning thing, so we're gonna make that a thing. I think.
Yeah, it's at the top of the Google Doc in a bunch of pretty colors. So I'm gonna go with that. So I did a fun thing this week, which I sat down with Mr. Brant Range of the Minor League Geeks, and we did this weird thing that we said, hey, let's try this, and maybe this will be fun, maybe this will be like a terrible train wreck, and it was a little bit of both. We had so much fun doing our top 10 Game of the Year podcast together. He's like, hey, we should do this again in 2015, and maybe we can make something out of it. So we sat down, we did a 30-minute mini podcast, and it's on the Irrational Passions YouTube page. And maybe this will get its an RSS feed at some point, maybe not. And I named it tentatively I Peep and ML Geek. But we have other names for this since it looks like we're going to do more of them. But if you don't know Brent Range, he writes for ReadRetro.com. Cool guy. And he was on our Game of the Year content. He did a top 10 with me, and we basically sat and talked about Majora's Mask for 30 minutes. That was kind of the topic of this first episode and kind of like why are they remaking Majora's Mask and what we think about it and why we like Majora's Mask. And it's 30 minutes, really easy to watch, easy to consume. We had a lot of fun doing it. We're going to do more in the future. They're going to be around 30 minutes long. Maybe we'll have other people on, maybe not. But we tested it out, and it was a lot of fun. And he wants, what was it, waffles versus pancakes? I think is what he wanted to name the show. But we did it very impromptu. He texted me last week. He's like, hey, we're going to do this. And I'm like, okay. So that's on the Irrational Passions YouTube channel. I might do a post about it as well on the website. So youtube.com/irrationalpassions. Look out for that. It's really cool. Scott, you might want to check it out. I think you could watch out. Was this more wrestling stuff that I can't understand?
No, Samurai Jack.
Okay.
You asshole.
I'm sorry. In other news, Jarrett, you went to MagFest and wrote a couple previews about games that you saw at MagFest.
Fuck yeah.
Flameburge and Neon Krieger Yamato. Is that right?
Yes. There's actually 2 more I haven't actually sent you yet.
Oh, God damn
They're
it.
sitting in my drive.
Okay, well, those are on the site at the time of this recording, and those other 2 will probably be up very soon. And you can check those out. RationalPassions.com, of course, and Monthly Passions will be up by the time this is out. So
Said that last week.
I
Go
know
ahead.
I said that last week, but I've actually scheduled it to post, so I know it's true.
Now it's real.
Now it's real. And also, if you go to RationalPassions.com, you can see my terrible cover art for last week's episode. Which I'm, like, proud of as, like, in, like, a really gross way. So, there you go. That's it. He has a coffee mug, an X, and Clippy with angry eyebrows. And a horstachio. What else could you want? Let's talk about video games.
Now I know why you're proud of it.
Yep. Are you looking at it?
No, I just listened to your description.
Okay. That's pretty much all you need to know. I'll go first. I'll talk about some video games. Jarrett, you and I have been playing Dying Light.
Yes.
Let's go right into it. Let's get the big gun out of the way first. So you're reviewing that game.
Yes.
They actually sent us a review code, which I appreciate. And then I got it for $20 because I lucked out, I guess. Apparently, somewhere, GameStop messed up. And everyone knows me. I'm just so quick to exploit any weird errors on that.
Yeah, I'm sad you didn't buy me one.
On that behalf. Yeah, so if you bought the season pass of Dying Light, the digital code that they just email you, then they would actually send you, by mistake, a code for the full game. So, sure. This, like, broke around Tuesday morning, and I was just... I woke up at 6 a.m. I was just happy I was awake. Because I was on Facebook, and then I saw something in the Podcast Beyond Facebook group. Someone was posting about it. I'm like, is this real? Then I went to Cheap Ass Gamer, and it was real. So I bought one, and it worked, and I was like, holy shit. So then I had it. And also, Sony sent me a message today saying, like, hey, sorry for the inconvenience. Here's your Dying Light Season Pass code. So now I also have the Season Pass for free. I don't know what happened.
All right.
Yeah.
All that inconvenience.
Yeah. Did you get the same message or no?
Nope.
All right, so whatever the fuck happened.
They're like, Jared, you can just sit there.
Jarrett, you can deal. You'll be fine. But yeah, I don't know. It worked out, I guess. But so we're gonna play co-op together, maybe tonight. I don't know if you're still down for that. I know you.
We'll see. We'll see what the time is.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I'm almost certainly getting that game, by the way.
Okay, I was curious. I didn't know if you were interested in it at all.
I like zombie games.
I like zombie games too. So, Jared, what do you think?
That
of it?
game's also real good.
Yeah, that game is real good.
It's growing on me. Now that I'm like out and about, kind of doing the main game shit.
Yeah,
It's starting to come together.
It really grew on me. Like that was the thing. Like I thought, oh, this is okay, this is cool, and then like now I'm 16 hours in, and I'm like, oh, I really like this game a lot.
The only I have a the free running is disorienting. It wasn't Mirror's Edge, and that's like the biggest, I guess, analog to this game's sort of traversal. I think this handles it a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping on the R1 is weird because jump is always like X.
Yeah.
So you gotta get over that.
Yeah.
But you do eventually. It's not a difficult thing to train yourself out of.
Mm-hmm.
The voice acting, though, not a fan.
Yeah, we were texting about that. I don't know.
Like, where do you think those people are supposed to be from?
I have no idea.
And that's the problem because I think it's supposed to be the Middle East, and they all sound Russian.
It's in Turkey,
which is fine, but it's like sad.
Yeah, it's
and
weird.
Some of it is just like almost like it sounds like it was recorded in a booth, like away from everything, away from really other people, and just kind of sounds like you're just being prompted in like a dark room. Someone's reading a script, not too sure how to inflect, but they kept it anyway.
Yeah,
that's kind of a sad point of this.
Some of it's okay. I'll say, at least
some of it is.
I think so.
Some of it really is.
Yeah, some of it's fucking terrible. I do like the not Troy Baker that they got for the white dude. That sound he's the same guy who plays Alvin in Tales of Xillia for Navish and Tony's reference. So he's like the best not Troy Baker that is out there.
It's a pretty good one.
He's a pretty good not Troy Baker, but he's like doing the Troy Baker voice.
Oh yeah, it might as well be Troy Baker.
Yeah.
It's like Troy Baker was too expensive, or like he was busy.
Yeah.
But they're like,
He's
all right,
busy
so
doing
I know
stuff
you're a
with
voice
Jack
actor, you want to do your own shit, but I need you to do that Troy Baker shit.
He's like, okay, I guess, and then he just does the Troy Baker shit. And there are some points where I was like, I was like, I had checked IMDb, and I'm like, let me go back. Maybe that was like a different character, but no, that's him. That's fine. Like I wasn't interested in this game for the story. I do think that the aspect like you're the spy is an interesting twist.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah,
because you never know like when you're going to get caught and what happens if you do get caught, because they don't necessarily know you're a spy or really know why you're spying. Like it's not like they definitely have a secret.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not that far in the story,
but I was going to bring this to you now, Shin. I'm pretty sure that the story of this game is Far Cry 3, where like you're like some outsider, right? And then you kind of like get in with like the native people, and then like at some point you'll have to choose between the two, and then that's it. Yeah, it's Far Cry 3, right? That's the vibe I'm getting. How far into it are you, Jarrett?
I just met. Well, I didn't just might. I mean, I just found like I had to encounter those creepy zombie things that run around at night. They're like glowy.
So you just did the first night? Oh no!
I did. No, I. You see it in the first night. Now I'm like actually dealing with one or something like that.
Oh, the like the guys that run away when they see you.
Yeah.
Okay. I did that not too long ago. I've been doing tons and tons of sign quests. So I don't know. I really like it. I think the free running to me, again, I never played. I played a little bit of Mirror's Edge and never touched Dead Island. So I have the benefit of not having already basically played this formula before.
Well, next to Dead Island, this game is better than Dead Island every way already.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
And I think that's the best thing this game could have done is just do that better, because people liked that. So imagine that with like a coherent real like system of like crafting and kind of shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the crafting's fine. Like you can upgrade all your weapons, and you get a bunch of weapons, and you get cool stuff, and you can make them like electricity weapons or fire weapons, or like poison weapons and stuff. And I like never use guns for the most part. I have a gun, but using it is like suicide, because just tons of zombies are going to start running at you as soon as you do, especially at night. It's a death sentence at night. And I think the dynamic of like the night and day switch, and like at night you get double experience points, but it's a lot more dangerous. I think that works really well.
Yeah, I agree. It makes you really concerned about what you're doing and when you're doing it. And it is, like, so far anyway. I don't know what it'll be like when I have way more skills, but it is definitely, like, significantly more dangerous at night.
Oh, yeah.
Or even in the dark. Like, not even at night, but in dark places, it's still, like, way more dangerous.
Yeah, like when you go into those dark zones.
Where people are just, like, there's just waves of zombies standing next to each other. It's kind of grazing.
Oh, yeah, it's really kind of, like, frightening. Like where you go to, like, oh, I'm on top of an overpass, and, like, there are a bunch of cars here, and it's just an ocean of zombies.
Yeah. And you're like, well, what the fuck am I going to do with that?
Yeah. And then you just jump on top of their heads.
I did Mario 1, and it was really funny, and then I got killed. But
and that's like a game that takes fall damage super seriously.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Which I kind of appreciate, because I think it would be broken if it didn't.
How many stories can you jump?
You can fall from 2 and survive, but, like, barely. And anything further than that, you're dead. For sure.
How much damage you take from one story?
From one story, it's about half your health, usually. Maybe a little less, depending on the scenario. But, like, they have, like, areas that you can land on softly, like piles of garbage and, like, pillows and mattresses strewn out.
Even, like, trucks' tops are, like, softer than the ground.
Yeah, like, you can land on top of a car, and it'll still do damage, but it'll do significantly less than just hitting the concrete.
So long as you just don't hit the ground, you're already doing better.
I was running at night, and I had my flashlight off because I didn't want to piss them off, and then I pissed them off, and I didn't have time to turn it back on, and I just jumped over an overpass and just fucking fell like 4 stories and splatted.
Yeah. You're like, well, I'm dead.
Yeah.
When you fall long enough to know you're about to die,
yeah,
like, I'm still falling.
Yeah,
you're dead.
Yeah, it's cool though. It's interesting. I like how it's set up. And they I think like the first 3 hours aren't as bad as they could have been. They're boring, I'd say, but they definitely teach you everything you need to know. I'm pretty late into like the skill tree. I don't think I'm late in the game at all because it's like you finished 28% of the story, and I'm like, I've been playing for 16 hours. What does that mean?
Right.
Because I think there's got to be like another area you go to. Because I was talking to this one guy, and he was like, you need to go to this other place. And I'm like, where is this other place? He's like, we'll talk about it later. And I'm like, is there like a whole nother section of this game? Because there was in Dead Island. So I'd be super interested to know that. I have no idea right now. But, no, I just got like the wall run ability. Where you can run along walls and then jump off of them, which is like super late in the agility skill tree. And I just got the grappling hook, which hook shot would have been...
Isn't that the end of the Survivor one?
That's like the 3rd tier of the Survivor one. Yeah.
I was watching the Giant Bomb Quick Look, and then when they were looking at the tree, I thought you got something like a grappling hook at the end.
Mm-hmm. The grappling hook is actually a hook shot. You just throw it. It has like this absurd reach. One, you can throw it at anything, and it'll just stick to it, and then you'll just shoot toward that, and it like immediately breaks the whole game, I guess. Because I'm like at night, I'm running from the infected guys because I do most of this stuff at night now, so I can get more experience. And I'm just like there's like 4. I've got like 4 stars. They have kind of like a GTA style of like the shit is getting real and real and real at
Danger
night.
zone meter.
Yeah, and 4 is like you've got like 6 of the super strong guys chasing you and you're gonna die. And I just got up to this super tall building that they couldn't climb, so I just grappling hooked to like halfway up it, and then I just hung there for a little bit, and I was fine. But like there aren't like a lot of scenarios where it's where you can do stuff like that, but you can jump off an overpass halfway while you're falling, grappling hook to the ground, and then be fine. And I'm like, I feel like I just channeled some kind of like Just Cause 2.
Do whatever, said Just Cause 2.
Pretty much.
What's the deal with the random zombies that are suddenly more aggressive than everyone else at random times? So you see a red arrow and suddenly they chase like air.
So those are like freshly turned zombies.
Okay.
They're attracted to noise. Now they're just everywhere where I'm at. probably getting to where you're at now too. So if there's like a crowd of like 5 to 10 zombies, like there's gonna be like one of them in there usually, and if they see you, they'll start screaming and it'll draw more of them. So yeah, that sucks. But I have a sword that just cuts off zombies' heads in one hit. So
I respect that.
yeah. It's weird because, like, I remember at the beginning of the game I had, like, this plank, and I was, like, I had to hit him in the head, like, 5 times before I beat them, and I'd have to, like, back away, and I'm fighting, like, one dude. But now I just go up to, like, an overpass where you see the ocean of zombies, I'm like, 1/ take off 5 heads, 1/ take off 5 heads. So I've felt the full arc of getting way too fucking strong. But I haven't tried any of the multiplayer stuff, the play the zombie, the be the zombie and do a night invasion or whatever, and I haven't played any co-op yet. And I want to. So, you haven't either, right, Jared?
No, I haven't even looked at it. I just saw Be the Zombie. I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
So I think you can invade other people's games when they're at night, and you can
And just be a zombie in their game?
and play like one of the special zombies in their game.
That's funny.
Which I think is pretty cool. It's kind of like Dark Souls-y in a weird way.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not as intrusive as Dark Souls, though, because chances are you're going to run into these zombies anyway, so it might as well be one of us, I guess. But
Yeah, because
That's a good way to put it.
you can adjust all the multiplayer settings in like the menu. Just hit start, and it's like, is your game open? Can anybody join? You can say yes, no, or friends only, or whatever. And like it says night invasion, time invasion, which I believe is the be the zombie mode stuff. So can people invade your game at night? So like when you're in the night cycle, can they go in? And I just turned that off. Because I figured I probably wouldn't want to deal with it anyway. But I imagine if you had like 4 people or like a group of people that you were playing with, that could be fun. I want to give it a try for sure. Oh shit, I played another thing too. But do you have anything else, Jared?
about Dying Light,
Yeah.
it definitely does a good job of dissuading you from being that guy who's just going to run into a group of zombies immediately.
Yeah.
That's just not going to work.
Oh, it's not. You'll get murdered.
A lot of games want to be that, but aren't.
Mm-hmm.
The only time you really find games that like try to teach you to be careful are games that are remakes of old games, because those are the ones that want to teach you to be careful. Like people go and play Resident Evil, like the remake this week, and they're like, "Wow, I remember this." They don't make games like this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even Capcom doesn't make games like this anymore.
Yeah, they can't. They're incapable.
Because that game used to teach you not to be a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, you're not all powerful. This game is better than you.
It's like, because Scott and I like talk about Zelda 2 on a regular basis. Of just like that game, if you are stupid, that game will just kill you. It
Yes.
doesn't care. And I think like
Not one bit.
I think that's one of the things that like drew.
Mark of the Ninja did that pretty well.
Yes,
came out
that
well,
also
I think.
did that really well. I think that's one of the things that like drew us to Dark Souls, because that's a game where it's like very methodical. You have to be careful. You have to make sure you don't overstep your boundaries, and know your limits.
Right.
And Dying Light does that. It does pretty much what Dark Souls does. You have like a combat stamina meter, which is separate from like your running and climbing meter that's invisible. So you can't just like swing a bunch, because then you'll just run out of this like orange bar that appears in combat. So you don't like fuck around. You be careful, and it rewards you for that. So yeah, they give you a dodge pretty early on, and that is fucking super essential.
I haven't really like mastered the dodge, really.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm good at dodging like when normal people are around. I'm really good at dodging into whatever they were doing, like not away from it.
Yeah, fighting dudes is not easy in that game either. I haven't decided whether or not I don't like it. I think it's fine. That's where I've kind of come to.
Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It could be worse.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something really cool about that game. Like, you're just running around the city, and then, like, an airdrop falls, and you're like, oh, shit, I should probably go get that. And maybe you get there a little late because you had to fight off a couple zombies. You get there, and there's already some of this warlord's, men there, and they're like looking through one of the crates, and they haven't opened the other one yet, and you're like, should I fight them or should I just leave them? And you have to kind of like weigh the pros and cons there. And then if you go fight them and kill them, you get the other crate and you can take it back. Or if you get there faster, you can take all the supplies back and you get like a bunch of points and experience for that.
Or is the option to throw a grenade?
There's always an option to throw a grenade. Or in my case, Molotov cocktails.
Grenade. Whichever one makes the most noise. You throw it at them.
Yeah, you can throw firecrackers and it draws a swarm of zombies to them. That's fun. I did that to a bunch of mercenary dudes once, and it was awesome.
Yep, that is what you do.
And they fought the zombies and lost. And then I came in with my sword and killed them and saved the dudes I was trying to save. It's definitely like a cool thing.
So you've graduated from swords and you're now from pipes and you're using swords now?
Yes. I have a sword. That is.
How about the French wrench, though?
I used me and the French wrench are homies.
I used a French wrench for a good long time. And then I got, what was it? I think it was a water pipe that I electrified, and it did me well. I'll say that much.
I'm also a fan of the grapple. When they like lunge at you, you can kind of throw them away.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about weapon durability in that game?
I think it's fine.
I think it's weird because there's no super conspicuous way to know how to repair them. Like some things take metal parts and some things just kind of don't.
Yeah, that is weird. Because I'm like, I can repair like 37 of my wood planks, but I cannot repair any of my pipes. Like what?
Right, and I don't really understand.
Is there a limit to how many times you can repair something,
Yeah.
or you just kind of just
everything has you can repair this so and so amount of times number. Okay. It's like repair uses or repairs.
So that's the real durability.
Pretty much, but you get a skill later that it's like sometimes, or most of the time is the wording. It's like most of the time, it doesn't cost a repair to repair something, which is like invaluable, for sure. I think that's one of the power skills, so you get that for killing dudes. So I've had that, and I have had the same 4 weapons for like 7 hours of playtime. And
one cool thing it does, when you repair weapons multiple times, it'll look different every time you repair it.
Yep, I noticed that too.
It's a small thing, but I think that's neat.
Yeah, it's like I'm on the second repair of this, and it's looking a little worse for wear. I'm on the last repair of this, and it clearly after I'm done with it this time, it's done.
Right.
And it's a nice touch. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you had a bat, maybe there are like metal rods attached to it now when you repaired it for the 3rd time to hold it together, kind of like duct tape to it. That's cool. Yeah, a lot of little stuff. It's just a super polished game, which I wasn't. That was like I was hesitantly excited about this, but I'm like, oh, it's Techland. I've heard tons of things about Techland. I don't know if this is going to be polished, but it is really well put together. Like I haven't hit any bugs. It crashed on me once, but I think that was because of like a thing that I did, like with like going between menus and setting up multiplayer and then canceling multiplayer, and it has not happened since. But yeah, it's super smooth. Haven't had any frame rate issues. Haven't had, except like when you're inside, like since the frame rate's unlocked, it's just like it'll go up to like 45 frames, 50 frames, go back down to 30, stuff like that, which is weird, but it's fine. Has the experience been similarly smooth for you, Jarrett?
I had some weird like quest hiccups where I had to like die for the things to kind of work, but it wasn't a big deal.
Okay. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's actually really awesome. It's grown on me quite a bit. And I hope by the time you're kind of like through it, you are also where I'm at, Jarrett. In other video games, what else have I played? I finished Metal Gear Solid 4. Just like put a end to that loop that we started last week, and that game is still great, still awesome. How do you feel about Metal Gear, Jared? I don't know if you're.
I'm a big Metal Gear fan.
Okay, good.
I think Metal Gear Solid 4 I feel worse about now than I did before when I played it. In reflection, that's not the game I remember it being.
Mm-hmm.
the 3 is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think 3 is the Metal Gear Solid formula made manifest. Arguably, so is the PSP one,
Peace Walker.
Peace Walker. But all Peace Walker is a less cinematic 3, in my opinion.
Yes.
With better controls. It controls way better.
Yeah.
But I think 3 is the pinnacle of the sort of melodrama. Like, I really like the backdrop. Very spy heavy. Cuban Missile Crisis sort of situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has the best characters. Like, the boss is one of the best characters in the series.
Yep.
And I think even now she is still one of the best characters in that series. The series has, we're like 10-ish years removed from Metal Gear Solid 3, and there still hasn't been a better character than the boss, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I am wary and cautious of where that game is going next. After playing
Ground
Zeroes,
Ground Zeroes.
Mm-hmm.
That game is way different. And I don't know if that's a good different or a bad different.
I'm really excited, I'll say. I recently reconsumed all of Metal Gear Solid. We talked about it last week, so I'm not going to go crazy like I did last week. I would really recommend that you listen to it, though. Because Nabish and I just kind of go back and forth for like 30 minutes about Metal Gear. And I think it came out pretty well. I listened back to it, obviously, and I think it came out really well. I was getting excited while I was re-listening to that part of the show when I was editing it. I have an extreme passion for Metal Gear Solid that was revitalized when I kind of played through 3 HD, Peace Walker HD, and then played through 4 again because I have to.
I definitely have a passion for that series. I have a Metal Gear Solid tattoo.
Oh, shit! Cool.
So I know that it's kind of like music. Like when people are like, "That band sucks. I don't like them anymore." Like, I have the Colin Moriarty opinion that like you don't have to like the new shit, but the old that doesn't like just make the old shit disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever Phantom Pain's gonna be, it doesn't change the fact that 1, 2, and 3 are super awesome. It doesn't change the fact that 4 has like really great moments.
Mm-hmm.
Even if Phantom Pain doesn't have the same sort of ups, that doesn't change the fact that this series did have ups and ups that are really hard to match and hard to find in other series.
Yeah, I agree. The ups are way worth the kind of low points of the control schemes and stuff.
Like, how many times can you say, like, any of our games nowadays, like, we can always look back to games that are like it. Like, we always talk about survival horror and talk about how, survival horror now takes, like, lots of cues from survival horror before, and we can always compare and contrast, our Dead Spaces and our Resident Evils and whatnot. You can't find a Metal Gear game, like a game that's like Metal Gear.
Mm-hmm.
Metal Gear's fucking weird.
In a whole new way.
Like, even stealth games aren't Metal Gear. Like, fucking, like, Siphon Filter is not Metal Gear. It never will be. Like, Splinter Cell is not Metal Gear.
I feel like there are very rarely games that are so stealth focused in a way that Metal Gear is too. Like, so
even when it's
committed.
not, like,
yeah,
like in 3, you can. There's really viable options to not be stealthy, but it's just no game does storytelling and sort of the actual mechanics and agency of playing the game in such a close proximity to one another in design, like Kojima did with these games. Like those games play and look ubiquitous. Like, you always know you're playing a Metal Gear Solid game because Metal Gear Solid games feel weird. They feel like they look, and they look like they sound, and no game comes together like that.
Yeah,
like Metal Gear does.
Perfect examples like the Sorrow boss fight, where like
Right.
you just pretty much go through everyone that you killed in that game. Like,
And I was talking about the Sorrow a couple of days ago. Like, every other element of like weird is somehow explained by like science, except the Sorrow.
Yeah.
The Sorrow's just a ghost, and you just got to accept that.
Yep. Dude's a fucking ghost. No, that's so true.
It's weird. Like they made some big convoluted way to make Fortune not bulletproof, to make Vamp not a vampire.
Nanomachines.
Nope. Sorrow's just a ghost. Sorry.
Sorrow ain't got no nanomachines. He's from the 60s. Motherfucker's just a ghost.
Yep, he's just a ghost. Okay.
Yeah. And I like that, Snake, because I recently played through that, and Snake's like, that must have been why. And they're like, are you okay, Snake? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. It was nothing. He just pretends just doesn't address it. Also, the weird, first-person shots of that where you can just, see the Sorrow just hanging out in cutscenes.
And best ever when you get locked up in the prison and you go to sleep and have a bad dream, which is like that action game, and then Siggy tells you about his bad dream.
Yep.
Best moment in that game.
Yep. No, yeah. I'm really excited for Phantom Pain. I really like Ground Zeroes. I really like the idea of a game where Big Boss is kind of becoming this terrible human being. This manipulative human being, I should say. Because that's it seems like that's what they're building to. I really like Big Boss is my favorite character in that universe. I just really like him as a whole. I like how well developed he is through and through. Obviously now with them giving him more games, that's more apparent. But just that last scene in Metal Gear Solid 4 with him is just a lot more powerful now that I have a much more deep appreciation for who he is and what he's all about.
I think at this point now, Big Boss has more games than Solid Snake.
Solid Snake just has 2. Big Boss has
no, he has 4.
Oh yeah, Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2.
Yeah. Big Boss has Metal Gear Solid 3, Peace Walker, Portable Ops, and that. So it'll be 4. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be even. If you count Ground Zeroes as separate, which you shouldn't, it'd be 5, but it's just a prologue. Anyway, I finished Metal Gear Solid 4. That final boss holds up, I think, a lot.
Now you need to play Metal Gear Rising.
I was thinking about it.
You really shouldn't though. Just don't do it.
I want to play that game. I have a more open-minded appreciation for Platinum games.
You need to play that game.
And
don't listen to Scott.
I like Metal Gear.
Do what feels right.
I like Metal Gear Solid 2 a lot, I'll say.
I mean, that's not going to sway you here. There's nothing to do with Metal Gear Solid 2. Trust me on this. There's no Metal Gear Solid 2 in this
I'm
game.
just saying, I like Raiden, even though he's kind of a bitch. I like him a lot.
I don't know. 4.
But that's just why you shouldn't.
Yeah.
4 made him a man.
4 did make him a man, except a really whiny man.
Yeah, but he was still badass.
He was still really badass. He killed some of them
Yelled at
geckos.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, he did. Man, that scene with Vamp, when you're killing all the self-destruct geckos.
And they're fighting on the Rex.
On Rex. That is the most intense scene of a video game. Just because I'm I need to do all these things, but this is so cool.
Then he's let me stop this shit with my body.
Yep.
I remember specifically that scene. I had to restart that and have my friend play that part so I could see the actual.
So you
fight
could watch
scene
it. Yep, that's what I did. So, I looked it up on YouTube and I watched it just so I could watch that awesome shit happening. Fucking Vamp. God, I hate
Didn't
Vamp.
you play Metal Gear Online?
I did.
I did for
Did you
a
ever
hot
play
minute.
the team versus team when there's a special character?
Yep.
It's awesome. Vamp versus Raiden fights were fucking awesome.
They were so good. Are you gonna play the new Metal Gear Online? Is that gonna be our next jam, Jarrett?
Yep. Totally doing that. Because I love Metal Gear Online. I thought that game was solid gold.
I thought it was pretty good. I didn't hate it.
Solid.
See what I did there?
I didn't, clearly. Moving on. I played the Evolve beta. I tried to play.
I played that too. I just didn't talk about it last week because
Yeah, me
reasons.
too. Yeah, I tried to play it with Jacob. We tried literally at every corner, but the last day of the beta, we were both playing on Xbox, the Xbox Friends was down. So you couldn't even see your friends list. You couldn't invite anyone. You couldn't make a party. You couldn't anything. There was no way. It sucked.
I don't know about this generation of consoles. Like,
yeah, right. Like, I don't know about this anymore.
This online bullshit is just getting out of hand. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, like I was like tweeting Xbox support, looking online, and someone said, like, I saw one post online. It's like, yeah, that happened to me 35 days ago. Still doesn't work. I'm like, I hope that doesn't happen to me. Luckily, like I use my Xbox like every day, and it's back up now. But we were heartbroken because we really wanted to play that game together since we played it back at PAX East last year. But I think we're both going to get it for PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. Excuse me. Pull a Scott. And we're going to play it there. But I did play some of it. I didn't lose any time I played the monster. Just going to put it out there. Undefeated. Of 7 iterations of playing as the Goliath, I've gotten to the 3rd evolution each time, and I have not lost. So I'm asking people to bring me down. Are you going to get that, Jarrett?
I think I am. I think I have enough people that I know are definitely getting it where it will be worth doing so.
Yeah.
Did you play the beta?
No.
Okay.
I've been nowhere near that. I've never even laid eyes on the game moving.
It's weird.
I've only ever seen like video.
So I played like as a person for the first time. And so like there are just 4 buttons mapped to the 4 things, like the 4 items that you can equip, 2 weapons and 2 items. So it's not like cycle between weapons. It's just like 4 different buttons on the controller to do the different things, and then it's just aim and shoot past that.
It's very MOBA of them.
Yeah. Same
Make
with
everything you can do right in front of your face.
Yeah, that game is a MOBA pretty much. It's just kind of like the way like the monster basically kills creeps to get experience to evolve, and then the dudes are hunting the monsters. Like kind of the only different part about it. I don't know. It's really fun. It like both aspects are really fun. And yeah, you can play with Jacob and I. We can get Greg as our 4th person. He's gonna get it on day 1, and we can fucking mow down some monsters. Yeah. He didn't play it, but he wanted to.
You know, playing that beta made me realize why I don't like multiplayer. It's because when you play just like multiplayer in general, it just doesn't look polished. It just looks like a bunch of just bullshit on the screen. And just like, you know, bunny hopping and all this other stuff, like it just doesn't look right. And I think that's why that's one of my big hang-ups about like online multiplayer or just multiplayer in general. It's like I like my games to be looking good and fresh and just like polished and smooth. I don't like looking at like shit just popping everywhere and like these random shit that's happening. That's why I kind of gravitate, like when I do play online, I play like, you know, Mario Kart or like racing games or like fighting games, because like, you know, there's only certain things you can do, like you're like kind of like constricted, but like at least it looks smooth when you do it. I don't know, that's just like a hang up on me. That's just like a revelation I had with myself like when I played that beta.
That like human goofiness to it where the dude's just jumping.
Yeah, I don't know, just like there's something about online multiplayer that's just like,
you know, that jump where your character moves up, then his legs shrivel into his body.
Yep. that fucking Team Fortress shit right there.
Cause I think like the last multiplayer that, you know, that wasn't like a fighting game or something that really really got to was like probably Uncharted 2's multiplayer, but that was like a right level of like arcade type of dumb gameplay that it didn't bother me then.
Yeah.
But when I with Uncharted 3, I bought the season pass. That was like my first season pass I ever bought. I bought the season pass before the game even came out because like, oh, I love Uncharted 2 multiplayer, and I never even fucking touched that multiplayer.
Yeah.
I didn't even touch it. So Uncharted 3 was like a complete wash as far as multiplayer for me, and I could top all these downloadable shits that I didn't even play. So yeah, that's a thing. So
No,
yeah, I won't be getting a ball, but it's not my type of game anyway.
I think that is like a understandable aspect. I mean, I'm a single player gamer. I prefer kind of playing alone myself. There's like a thing because I'm playing Dying Light just to kind of like give you an idea of like with me single player games. I'm playing Dying Light. I'm like, this story is like stupid and bad. I understand that. I appreciate that. I'm still enjoying it because like I'm having fun. But it's this is not what I came here for. But then I think about it, and I'm like, but anytime I play a JRPG, like I'm sitting there like playing Tales, and like there's this 20-minute scene about how someone is like curious as to what someone looks like naked. And I'm just sitting there giggling and having a good time. I'm like, who the fuck am I? I'm like I'm sitting there at Dying Light while this guy is like, he's been bit and he's like, oh no, I have to take this antizin or else my whole life's gonna fall apart. I'm like, this story's fucking stupid. Then like in stark contrast to like the Persona 3 fucking bathhouse scene where the guys are in the bathhouse and the girls come in. And then they have to like run around behind and like hide behind a fountain while the girls are like looking around, and I'm like, oh, this is so stressful and fucking intense. Anyway, I have my own hangups, Navashins. I understand.
I don't know why that whole conversation made me think of Evan for a second. I'm like, I miss Evan. I'm like, where is he at? I don't know why. That just popped in my head when you were talking.
It's funny because like, the only thing that Evan will play is a multiplayer game.
Yeah. Evan prefers multiplayer. But like Evan is the guy who buys Call of Duty and always he has to finish the campaign before he starts even playing multiplayer, though. To be fair. Yeah, I don't know where Evan is. We haven't seen him since the second when we recorded all the Game of the Year stuff. And he just texts us like every Thursday when Nawashin's like, so when are we recording? Evan's like, I won't be here this week again. Sorry. Like, God damn it. He didn't even text us this week.
Same with Greg.
Yeah, Greg just doesn't text us anymore. He hates us. Anyway, I played Kingdoms.
Muppets, I think, probably.
Yeah, I had to post Muppets, which is going up Sunday. So yeah, maybe he'll be on next week. I played Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning.
That's random.
So I expected that response. So I had this very specific temptation. I'm like, I really want to play Amalur. Like, I want to play Reckoning so bad. I don't know why. I wanted like because I guess it's because I was playing Dragon Age, and I'm like, this combat is not good. I want like a game like this, but like where I enjoy the combat. I'm like,
where are you in Dragon Age?
I played more this week. I did the Hawk thing, which bummed me out because I did what I would have done as that character, which bummed me out.
Really?
Yeah. It was
oh yes, that's right. You like Hawk. Never mind.
I love
That's
Hawk.
right. You like Hawk.
Did you play Dragon Age 2?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like Hawk? Tony hates Hawk. I like my Hawk.
Nasty.
Yeah.
My
I
Hawk
wouldn't
was
say I hate Hawk.
she was
You
good.
said Hawk is the worst character in that game. That is.
How can Hawk
I
be
don't
the worst
hate
character?
her. I just
He's the
dislike her
character.
as a character.
Hawk's the character you play. He's really up to you how good and how bad Hawk is.
Yeah.
If Hawk's really terrible, that's your fault.
I don't mean in standing. Like, she can have morals, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like Hawk was a great character in general.
I wish
He
Hawk.
just seemed like a douche to me. I just don't know what it was about like the way that he put him in Dragon Age's position. He just seemed like just a douche for some reason. It's like, oh, I had all these great battles from Dragon Age 2, but I don't know what happened anymore. I'm my friends are somewhere else now anymore.
See, like my Hawk was like super like kind of like bummed. She was like kind of like undertone. She's like, I've seen like a lot of fighting, and I'm not really interested in seeing any more. I've seen what magic has done to people and like what happens to mages, but I still support them. Like, kind of like torn. So my Lady Hawk wasn't a douche.
Was your Hawk a mage?
Mine was a rogue now. I want to play mage.
I was a mage throughout the whole thing.
Mine was a mage.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to play, so I'll get to it, but I also bought Dragon Age 2. Anyway.
Sale?
Yeah. So that's where I bought Amalur Reckoning, because I'm like, I really want to play Amalur. And it was $4 on PSN. And I got rid of my old 360 copy forever ago, which I was sad to find out about. And I really like that game. I went and read my old review of it, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on That Gamer Hub. Yeah, I think that game is excellent and super fun and super pretty. Just playing it again, I'm like, oh yeah, this game looks super awesome.
Saying like the opposite of what everybody else thought about that game.
I know, like I don't. I remember reading Colin Moriarty's review. He gave it a 9, and I'm like, yeah, like I'm really excited about this. And that's like after I had finished reviewing it. I played a ton of it, but it was a busy time for me. So it was like 2012, I think.
Well,
it might have been 2011. I don't
that's
remember.
Skyrim.
Yeah, 2011 Skyrim. Yeah, it was 2012 because it was right after Skyrim.
2012. That's
Skyrim came out in November 2011,
right.
and this came out in February or March 2012, I think it was.
Okay.
And yeah, no, I liked that game a lot. I had nothing but good things to say about it. I was kind of curious. I was thinking about going and listening to the podcast where I talked about it. But yeah, I just didn't have enough time to play it because it's like it's a humongous game. But I think it plays fantastic. It's super fun. The combat is really fun, and I really wanted to play it again. So I waited. This has been like going on in the back of my head for like 3 weeks, and I wanted to bring it up on the show, but I knew you guys would just be like, I'm a lore, which you were, which I understand. And then it was on sale as if somebody was listening to my wants and needs. And then I saw today that, Dragon Age 2 is on sale, with all the DLCs on sale as well, so I'll just get all that, because I never played any of the DLC for that. So I got that as well on PSN. And I saved a lot of money by not spending $60 on Dying Light, so I had the extra change to throw around. Anyway, Amalur is a really good game. I still recommend that. I think it's super fun and super pretty, and I think the world that they make in that game is pretty cool. I mean, it's a fantasy world. You can give a shit about it or not, but I think it's pretty cool. I bought Life is Strange today, the first episode. I've been tentatively excited about that for a couple months now as well. Similar to Dying Light, but I haven't played it yet. Just wanted to put it out there. I'll talk about it next week. I'll probably review it for next week too. And I played like 7 more hours of Persona Q between classes at school, so that game's awesome. I finished the second dungeon, which was much easier than the first. And there's a part where it like matches you up with another character, and it depending on how you answer a bunch of questions affects the character that it matches you up with, and it can be any of the other 17 characters. And I got one that was incredibly funny, and then I looked up a bunch of other ones that were either incredibly cute or incredibly funny. So, recommended. Still, that game's good. That's it. I'll stop talking. Jarrett, do you have anything outside of Dying Light that you've been playing?
Yes. I had a weird moment where I was like,
Amalur? That's what you were like?
No, that's never happened.
Oh.
I wanted to like Amalur, but it just never happened. I've tried many times to like just sit down and just be about it. No, never happened.
That's how I feel about that series as a whole.
But I plugged my 360 in to make sure that still worked. That was neat.
Okay.
Turned on Fable 2 for like 3 minutes, then just turned it off.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Injustice this weekend. But I was at like MagFest, compete like in tournaments playing Injustice. So.
Mm-hmm. Who's your main?
Bane.
Oh, okay.
Down people try to counterpick me with Lantern. I play Lex Luthor and smack them a little bit.
Oh, you're the big body people.
Yeah.
I liked Shazam. I got pretty good with him. Got some cool combos with Shazam.
Shazam.
Shazam?
The old Shazam, eh?
I do love me some Shazam. That's for sure.
Played a bunch of indie shit, including Flamberge and Neon Krieger Yamato. Played a game called Particle Maze, so I think is actually really cool. It's a one-stick game that involves like gravity physics. You play like a little ship on a little like arena. Behind you, trailing you, is a group of pixels that move with gravity, so you have to swing it around your body of the ship, but you have to move your ship in like a circle to kind of get it working. And you have to hit other players who are doing the same thing with the mace. But depending on your ship will depend on the mace you get. So if you pick a heavy ship, you'll get a really big mace that swings really slowly but has a lot of area. If you get a small one, it's the opposite. Like you'll get a longer sort of reach, and it spins faster, but it's smaller particles, so it's harder to hit things. I used one called the Show Off, which was a really small one with a super fast mace that only had a single pixel. So you had to find a way to hit the ship with a pixel you couldn't see. It was really funny. That game is smart. It should be out in a couple months too, so I recommend that. Then I downloaded The Witcher Battle Arena because it came out this week.
Mm-hmm.
That game is hot trash.
What is it?
It is a MOBA.
Oh.
The Witcher, franchise, and it's balls.
That's disappointing. I imagine
it
CD
doesn't
Projekt
work.
Red had nothing to do with it.
I mean, apparently they did. Their name's on the front. But that game doesn't make any sense. And it's kind of just fundamentally broken. It's really funny that it's just kind of out. But it's free to play, and I'm pretty sure they don't actually care. They just kind of want to enter these markets because it's smart too. Someone's going to drop money to buy all the characters, and they'll make it back. So, they're like every other company after all.
I think they made that game just so they could break the rules of 3.
Maybe.
God damn.
Souls off their game.
The Witcher 3.
Now. Witcher 3's going to win.
Yes, yeah.
But
Yeah,
are we
exactly?
Are we including like the Witcher card game, tabletop card
I don't
game?
know. I was
That's
just
a
being
board
funny.
game, wasn't it? Like in a box? Like,
It was a board game, yeah.
I don't know. I just think that might be a franchise that doesn't need to be in every fucking genre.
Yes.
And definitely doesn't need to be in a MOBA.
100% doesn't need to.
Played a lot of Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
And by a lot, I mean I bought like a starter deck and started like fucking with people. And
You back in it?
I just lose. No, I'm
Tony's like,
it's about
I'm
as far as I
listening.
get. I bought a starter deck, and this is about as far as I go.
I can hear like Tony turn on his microphone. He's like, let me warm up over here.
Well, it's like I said last time. Like, you never really stop playing Magic. I've been playing Magic since I was 10. I've never just stopped doing it. I'll stop doing it for a while, like years. I'll let blocks pass and just like not do it anymore. But then sometimes I know that something new will happen, or my friends will get back into it, and that'll be something that we can do again. And that's kind of what happened again. Like, waves of my friends have started playing Magic again because they really liked M15, but they really, really liked this new block, Cons, and then whatever just came out, Favorite Forge, like I think last week. They're like super into these.
Yep.
I mean, they go draft and shit.
Ugh,
I didn't
nerds.
I didn't want to like not do it, so I bought a event deck. So I played. That's what I played with them, and they just beat my ass. But it's cool.
It's all fun and games until someone loses a booster pack.
Yep. Then someone's getting stabbed. Played Speakeasy for like 3 minutes. Don't play that game.
Okay.
It was in a flash sale. That happened over the weekend.
That sounds like a game Evan would back on Kickstarter.
And you know what? This feels like that. I didn't know it's only multiplayer, but
So
it's
a game
only like
Year.
Yeah, game of the year.
couch co-op multiplayer. So I couldn't actually play it alone. So I was just sitting there.
That is the saddest thing.
I bought Shadow Warrior. Played a little bit of that. That game doesn't actually work when you're connected to PSN. Didn't realize that.
Well, Game over, I guess.
Yep. So when you sign out of PSN, you can totally play that game. But it was like $4, so I got over it.
That's fucking dumb. I hear Shadow Warrior is a pretty fucking dumb game, though.
It is kind of dumb. It's dumb sounding. It's like everything you do is just dumb. And it's dumb fun up to a point, and then it's just kind of stupid. It's like Duke Nukem, but like... It's like maybe a little smarter than Duke Nukem, but still based in like that first-person shooter, like 90s dick joke mentality, and like never left it because I mean Shadow Warrior was made back then. And while Doom like sort of ages gracefully, like these other games just don't.
Yeah, I understand. I think there was somebody who had played Shadow Warrior that we did a Game of the Year podcast with that liked it. It might have been Rob Castelletta. I heard it was okay.
I want to like it, but I don't think that's the truth. I think when it comes down to it, I don't. I just gotta accept that.
Yeah, just like Omlor and Fable 2.
Yeah. You know what? I like Fable 2. It's just I thought my 360 like died. I let someone borrow it and they thought it red ringed, and I was like, well, fuck that, I guess. But I've just been sitting here, so I just plugged it in to see if it still works. It still does.
Sure.
I always look at my Xbox 360 and think of all the games I didn't play. I'm like, I could do that. And then let's get serious for a second. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I have trouble playing 360 games because mine is out in like my living room. But you know,
I started
sometimes I do
an adventure that I think I'm going to make like a feature series this year.
Please do.
I'm going to platinum old PS3 games and then write about them. Write about the journey.
Platinum Progress.
I started with Nier.
Yeah, that's right. You were telling me about Nier.
Nier's that's a weird fucking game.
That is a weird game. I want to play it.
It's a game. And like, there's things about Nier that are actually really cool, and there's things about Nier just like really bad.
I know, but I really want to play it.
And it's funny. The thing about Nier that's really funny is that people used to praise Nier for its combat.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if those same people played that game now, they would like wonder how these words come out of their mouth.
Like, what is the comparison to Nier's combat?
Nier's combat is a lot like a stompier sort of like Tales combat. The difference with Tales combat is Tales is a bigger RPG. There's a lot of other elements going into this action-based combat, where Nier is just kind of like your sword. You have like a charge attack that don't matter. Things like you really only have one combo. It's just mash square until things die, and then you have like powers that like shoot missiles and things.
Okay.
But as other action games have, you know, hold combos where you're like hit square twice and then like wait and then square 3 more times, and that does something different than just mashing square 5 times. This game doesn't bother with that. It's just hit attack until things are dead, which is funny and it's fine. It's just not interesting after a while. And coming from playing any game that was an action game in the last 2 years, especially the last 2 years, and then playing this game, it's like night and day.
Oof. Yeah, it sounds like it. Isn't like the story in that game though just absolutely insane?
Yes, it's like insane immediately. And there's parts of the game, of the story, that are actually pretty cool. Like, how many games have you played where like a single dad's just trying to like make it for his family? And by his family, I mean his daughter, who's like perpetually ill. Like, and he's not like and the weird thing about him is he is half of the time like a really genuine like single dad who's just concerned, and the other half like super anime fucking gruff guy. He's just like trying to kill everyone. And like there's no just like an on-off switch. There's like no gradual like media in between. He's just one day he's like really concerned dad, and the next day he's just like really intense anime dude.
So he's Goku.
Yes, he's Goku all the time, and like old Goku.
That's awesome. I like the no gradient. That's the only way you do it. You gotta have extremes.
He goes straight to 100 immediately.
Yeah, that's and
it's only half voice acted. That's also weird.
Weird. That is weird.
Like only certain lines or certain pieces, like certain exchanges and entire dialogue blocks will be voice acted. Then there's just grunts.
Huh. The more I hear about Nier, from you and from everyone who's talked at me at length about it, just the more fascinated by it I become, though.
Here is kind of a fascinating example of it's like a time capsule.
Yeah,
This is what 2009 looked like, or whatever the fuck this game was made.
that's what this is what 2009 is all about. It's Nier.
It's fun to do that. I think I'm having enough fun doing this, just kind of reflecting on it, that Nier might be worth playing just to think about it, just to take it in context.
Okay, I can get behind that. Platinum Progress. Have you thought of a name for the piece? That's just
I think it's going to be called
Platinum Games.
The Platinum Pace.
These are all terrible. Platinum Pace is fine. The Platinum.
But more
Pace.
importantly, I'm going to name each one individually. I don't really have an overarching name title thing.
Nearly there.
Nearly there. No, I hope someone just walks in my room and takes me off the internet immediately. The internet blew up.
Just slaps you across the face, your headphones fly off. You're
just throws my computer out the window.
I'll just leave. How close are
You
you?
see the cable company at your door ripping the internet line from your house.
Did you write nearly there?
Yep. Comcast is just no, not anymore.
Come on. I think about halfway through. It's not a very long game, but platinuming it will be the challenge.
Yeah. You really
Not
are.
that it's hard to do. You don't need to play it in hard mode to platinum it, apparently. But I just got to do it again. That would suck. I don't even want to play this game twice, but I've committed to it, so I'm
There's no
doing it.
easy way out.
Yeah, there's no easy way out of this.
Harold is watching, and he says, my hawk was like a skateboarder type. I named him Tony. I just wanted to share that. That's from earlier.
What?
It was a Tony Hawk joke that was on the level that I can approve of. Anything else, Jared? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Nabishin,
Yes.
what video games have you been partaking in this week?
Pretty much mostly the same stuff. Life is Strange. I downloaded the demo of that. I'm gonna buy it. I'm just gonna buy the season pass. I know I am, but I just don't have the funds for it right now. And yeah, I got the demo for that, so I'll be checking that out. I've been weirdly interested in that game for the last week or two. It just came out of nowhere for me, and it's when I finished The Wolf Among Us, I was saying, oh, I'm done with adventure games, pretty much period. But I don't know, there's something about this game that seems different enough,
Yes.
and to talk about it has just been really, really interesting to me. And I don't know, fucking female protagonists and shit like that. So I'm I'm just intrigued just to even look at it. So they already got my money, so whatever.
I got a weirdly Gone Home vibe from it. Not obviously not the same thing, but the same tone of what that story was trying to tell. And yeah, no, I heard about it a month, maybe two ago. And it's just been on my radar. I'm oh, this is coming out. This looks cool. Like you said, female protagonist thing. The high school setting is something that appeals to me because I'm a child and I've been watching Gilmore Girls all week.
Okay, Mexico.
I know, but whatever. That show's amazing. So I don't know. I've been way looking forward to this. Tentatively excited. And it was oh, this is coming out the same week as Dying Light, another game that I don't know if it'll be good or not, but I'm excited about it anyway. So. It's been getting good reviews, so I'm interested to dive into it.
Yeah, they said they're being consistent with their release schedule too. It should be every 6 weeks, so that's when you should expect the next one. It's 5 episodes too, so
yep.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to try that out. So, yeah. More Super Mario Galaxy 2. I got actually back to I'm close to where I was at when I stopped playing it when I originally had it for the Wii. I know I'm in the same world. It was basically World 3, and we see Bowser Jr. as that's where I stopped. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, I got distracted and whatever else. But yeah, that game's still great. My nephew's been really with me through that game too. He's been interested into it because the first Super Mario Galaxy, I played around him and that's when he was first getting into video games. So he always had like an appreciation for this game, or for this like this general type of series. Because he's always been a Mario fan, but it's like something about Super Mario Galaxy that like we were playing 2 together. And he was saying like, oh man, like this is probably like my favorite Mario ever. I'm like, wow, like where did that come from? But he was like, yeah, like I really like it. It's like it's just so different from like this new Super Mario bullshit. And like, yeah, you're right. He didn't
Wait,
say
original
bullshit,
Mario 2?
no, the new Super Mario.
Oh,
Bullshit.
I know, but like you were playing original Mario 2, and he was like, I like this more. What game?
No,
did he say?
Super Mario Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
He said Super Mario Galaxy.
I heard Mario 2 at some point.
Yeah, Super Mario Galaxy 2. That's not
Okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a fun game to watch. I think it's just got this incredible look about it.
Yeah, and everything is different
Mhm.
at every level. So yeah, I've never seen that giant level. I haven't got to that point yet. I really want to see that.
Insane.
Yeah, I just thought about that now. But yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta get to that point. I already talked about the Evolve beta. It's not for me, pretty much. I beat Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So here's the thing about that, which is like really interesting because like it's still my favorite game ever. And then like immediately after that, I went to like Birth by Sleep, and like just playing that like right after that is like, oh man, this is not the same. Like I'm going to chest, I'm hitting triangle instead of X, and like the combat's not the same because like there's just a cooldown system now, and it's just like that was a bad idea to play that game first because like that was a really bad idea because now it's kind of like devaluing Birth by Sleep for me, even though it's like my second favorite Kingdom Hearts, but
It gets better. Like
yeah, I mean, I know it does. Like when I eventually remember how to like do like the command chain stuff like that, and like get my shit together. I know by the end of the game I'm gonna fucking love it again. It's just like this first impression again. It's like wow, this is different because like this game is definitely made for a portable system of just the way the combat is and how it feels, and just like I could just feel that just playing it on my on the PS3, and like. In playing Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix is like, man, like that's like their pinnacle, and like now I'm really like, oh god, Kingdom Hearts 3 is that going to be? And what combat system are you going to use?
remember
you can't use this cooldown system anymore. Like I don't know, like it's kind of bugging me now.
Remember like a month ago when I was just like, Kingdom Hearts 3 can't be this good, and I'm not expecting it to be. At this point, like it's just like it's not gonna be as good as this. This is as good as it gets. The end. I understand that. I still think Kingdom Hearts 3 could be good, but like that question of like what combat system are they gonna use? If they use the command board, I think I'll be a little bummed out.
Yeah,
because like I think the console ones have the advantage of the full controller setup, and you know I like the magic system, like hold L1 to hit your hotkey magic items or magic attacks. I think that works better for the console ones. So,
like I said,
hopefully they'll mesh Kingdom Hearts magic system for 1 and 2.
Yeah, probably.
Because I hated the cooldown thing from Kingdom.
Oh, that's like my favorite part about the Kingdom Hearts 2 combat system is the MP rage. Loved it. I'm sorry,
no,
Scott.
I couldn't stand it. I couldn't fucking stand it.
But
if you had to go on cooldown, which heal pretty much put you there all the time, it meant you like if you were magic centric or you tried, you were kind of screwed.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
you had to build your character around not doing that.
Like my thing was,
and then you couldn't avoid it because Kira forced it.
My thing was like I would get into a tough spot. I would usually cure. And then, like when you're in MP Rage, though, the just that it builds your, especially in the Final Mix version, it builds your drive meter so much faster. And as soon as you pop a drive, you're just all your magic's back. You can do whatever. And then like even like I would use my magic meter maybe twice, end the drive, and just cycle and repeat and build that drive so much faster because in Final Mix they balanced it better so the drive builds faster, so you can use drives more.
That's exactly that was my playstyle.
Yep. It's like it feels like you're doing something different. Yeah, for sure. I agree with you, Scott. It feels like you're doing something different constantly, and it's perfect. It's so good. Anyway, we gotta stop. Stop while we're ahead.
Wait, do you like Kingdom Hearts? I couldn't tell.
What? No.
But yeah, I've been playing those 2 games. I'll be definitely playing more Birth by Sleep. I don't know why I realize this now. Maybe because I just recently watched all those movies again. like Terra is so like Anakin Skywalker. It's not even funny. And like and just like and just the fact that like he just talks to these obviously evil people and is like, oh, you seem okay, Maleficent. You seem okay, Xehanort. But
your name's Maleficent, but you're probably cool.
Yeah, you're cool.
Yeah, but yeah, that game's great. I'll play more of it.
Mm-hmm.
So been playing more Super Smash Bros. Brawl with my nephew. I bought a Bowser amiibo.
Brawl?
That was
or Wii U?
For Wii U.
You said Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Oh, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. That's what I meant to say.
Cool.
Yeah, I bought a Bowser amiibo. I mean, he's cool.
Bowser's
he's
awesome.
50 now.
You made a mistake.
Mega Man comes out in 2 days.
Yeah, Lucario came out today and sold out in 5 minutes.
Fucking bullshit. That's what that happened.
It's so weird with this amiibo thing too, because I'm making a hard stance not to pre-order anything, and that might be dumb, and which it probably is, but like I don't want to. I don't want to like pre-order an amiibo. I just want to take the time to actually find it. And if I find it, it's more special.
You pre-order it, it's an amiibo.
Say what, Jared?
I feel like if there's anything that needs to be pre-ordered, it's an amiibo because they actually have like a storage issue, like a shipping issue.
Yeah, sure, but like the whole thing is bullshit anyway, and I don't trust GameStop is like probably like the worst offender of this bullshit to begin with, because like just the way they they let you pre-order like anything, but like they don't actually have it, and it's like the first come first serve type of shit. So like if they get the Shulk, I'm pretty sure there'll be like 20 Shulks at their store, even though like a million people pre-ordered it. It's like, oh, sorry, we ran out of it because
you only get a certain amount. And we don't know, but we're gonna take $5 anyway.
Yeah, fuck them.
You know, it's moving around.
Yeah, they make me mad because like this is what makes me mad. Like it was the day I was going to Maryland to do Game of the Year. You guys would use stuff for you guys, damn. But like then I went to like this army base because they had a Captain Falcon there. So I went in there. I'm like, hey, I'm here for this Captain Falcon because I went online. I saw that you had Captain Falcon here, and they were like, oh yeah, we have him, but we can't give it to you. I'm like, why? Like someone pre-ordered it, and he's like away, like save, like you know, like being a soldier and everything like that. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. And then like and I was like, okay, so while I'm on the road, I'm gonna like, you know, do some stops, and like I'm gonna like look for like, you know, like the nearby area on the GameStop website, and like try to find this Captain Falcon while I'm driving. And so I did that, and like probably like halfway there, like they just took out the whole like search system for Captain Falcon for whatever reason. Yep. Like during that day, because like I used it earlier that day, and then like for whatever reason they took it off and they never brought it back. So I can't search for Captain Falcon anywhere on their GameStop fucking website, and that's the only place that will have it. And it's so much dumb stuff.
See,
I hate this. I hate this, but I have to have
it. I'm just gonna go down to the bottom of the doc and just write "I hate this" on the title section. No, yeah, I've been like behind the counter. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. like we like. If things are far enough out, or like we don't know how much we're gonna get, we take a tally of the amount of pre-orders. And there's a point where my manager's like, "Well, you got to keep taking pre-orders, but they're not gonna get it." And I'm like, "God damn it!" Anyway, that's all. That's my only comment. Continue, Navashin. Bowser's cool.
Yeah. But Mario's still like my strongest amiibo for some reason. He's like the most built up, and it takes like a lot to beat him. And yeah, I need to stop talking about this. I've been playing more Hyrule Warriors. That game's fun.
That game sold 1 million units.
Yeah.
I thought it shipped 1 million units.
Sure. It shipped.
Whatever.
Shipped and sold, not the same.
Nintendo's like the retailer bought it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. My money's made.
Like I almost like pretty much right now it's like all I'm just playing for is just to unlock all the weapons for that game and to play the DLCs I've been getting, which has been fun. Like I played as the Twilight Princess Midna, like the actual like grown up form of Midna, and she's pretty much OP with her mirror, which is really fun to play as her. And I'm excited to play as Tingle and Young Link eventually. I think that's like sometime next week. That might be next week. I don't know. I don't know when that is.
It's February. I think it's around when Majora comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to get Metroid Prime Trilogy too. I'll get that later on this week.
I actually thought about getting it when I saw the load times were that much better.
Yeah, that's so I can buy it and never play it. I know that's what's going to happen, but it's fine. Because I was like managing my space on my Wii U, and I found out like, oh, I'm out of space because 32 gigs is a smart amount of space to have for your damn system.
Yeah.
Good job. Like I had to delete Pikmin 3, which I haven't played since like I let Katie play it. So yeah, I hate deleting stuff. I don't know why that is. It's like I just like looking at it constantly, just so I can never play you, and then I can just delete you because like I'm not gonna play the fucking Metroid Prime Trilogy, but I'm gonna have it there just so I can look at it, and it makes me feel good that I bought it. But yeah.
I think like deleting something off of a Nintendo console is extra hard because it's such a hassle to get it again. Because like with PS4, I could just like go all the way right, and then like there's a list, and I can just download anything from that list.
I think it's just shifty because the like Nintendo eShop feels like a rickety old shack compared to like other digital retailers. Like you never really know it's going to be there. Like it's like that store that's been there for like 15 years, and you're like, this is the year.
Yeah, right? The Wii, like I'm surprised the Wii shop is still up. Like this is the only part of the Nintendo network that's still up. And that feels like something that could just go. They could just take it off.
Yeah, at any point.
Yeah.
Next week, all your shit.
All your shit's gone. Download it now. Fuck.
Down Mario Kart 64. No,
gotta do that.
Download that and never forget.
Never forget.
Yoshi's Raceway or whatever the fuck it is. Yoshi's Valley. There we go.
Right. And the last thing I've been playing is I keep forgetting to mention this game. I bought Saints Row Get Out of Hell. That game is not good. Basically, that's all you need to know. It's just a stripped down Saints Row. It's like it's basically they have like the open world, which is different from Steelport. It's not the same world from Saints Row 4, but it's pretty much just that. And all the all these new activities, but there's nothing as far as like story as concerned. It's like, or at least as at the beginning, it was shown. It just doesn't feel like a whole game. And yes, it's a $20 game, and it's not supposed to be a full game. It's an extension or expansion, but like I don't know, it doesn't feel like it should be. It's as good as it should be. It seemed like they cut a lot of corners just to put it out, and that's kind of disappointing. It is interesting though when they do the story stuff in that game because like it's supposed to be post Saints Row 4, which anybody who beat that game knows that like pretty much the whole human race is gone. So like it's like pretty much after the events of beating that game, like Zinyaku's on your ship and all that dumb shit. So it's like it's just interesting looking at that game. And just wondering like Saints Row's future, which they talked about in the Giant Mountcast. So I won't get into it here, but like yeah, that game's really interesting. But it's still not that great. I wish it was better. I play as Kinsey all the time because I don't really care for Johnny Gat as much as other people make.
Yeah, I mean, who gives a shit about Johnny Gat? Like really?
Greg.
I don't even know if Greg gives a shit about Johnny Gat.
Greg likes Johnny Gat.
Yeah, but I don't know if he like actually enjoys him. He's like, oh, he's fine. That's all I've ever heard Greg say about Johnny.
Yeah. And the last thing I've been playing is more Resident Evil. I've been playing a lot of that game. I just got to where the hunters show up, and fuck those hunters, because those games that game stresses me out. Like as soon as the hunter showed up, I killed my first hunter. I was like, great. I need to save because I can't play this game anymore. And it's just been like one of those situations. Like yeah, that game is just so intense. It's so good at the same time too. I love that game to death. I still miss my campy shit, but like, and like I said, there's no game like Resident Evil. And like, speaking of which, like I saw this really good video of the Jimquisition with Jim Sterling. He talked about like how like there's no games like Resident Evil where like you have a place that's memorable. And that's pretty much what that Spencer Mansion is. Like, it's memorable. It's like you remember where you need to go, and like, sure, you have to do like inventory management and like keep going, keep backtracking and stuff like that. But that's what those games are, and that's what makes that place like special for what it is. And it's kind of like Shadow Moses for Metal Gear, where like you have to like backtrack and go back and forth. Like you have to go back to get the sniper rifle to go back, but you know you remember everything about Shadow Moses, and you remember everything that you go through it, but you can't remember like for like these games that you normally see, like any open world game, like pretty much today, like you remember like a place from it, like you remember like anywhere in like Shadow of Mordor, you remember like a specific place and like the way you went through that area. So it's just like sure, like it's a confined space where you're at in these video games, but like a Shadow Moses is in Spencer Mansions, but what they give you and what you take out of it and what you remember from them is like something like the most precious video game memories you can have. And I highly recommend people look at that Jimquisition. It's really good. It was the one this week. So yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
All right. Scott.
I haven't been playing much new.
Okay.
I got 3 games taking up most of my time.
World of Warcraft. That's all 3 of them. World of and Warcraft.
Jeez. I'd be so presumptuous about it.
I don't know if you've been playing World of Warcraft. That's me guessing.
That is one of them, but the first one is Fantasy Life.
Sweet! You've infected another, Tony.
And then H1Z1.
Okay. H1Z1
is 3.
Still holding up?
Yep.
Tony, can you corroborate this? Can you corroborate its coolness?
Yeah, I mean, Scott and I have been Scott's games that he's played this week, aside from Fantasy Life, are the same as mine. So,
except for the one that's not good.
Okay. What? WoW?
Got it.
The other one.
H1Z1? You said Fantasy Life, H1Z1 on WoW. Did I miss one?
Well, no. You see, there's a game on Tony's list that isn't good. Which one is it?
Oh, Dota 2. No, I'm just kidding. Danganronpa 2 is great. I don't know. How's World of Warcraft treating you, Scott?
All right.
I'm trying really hard to get him to 90.
Have you? So you haven't gotten the expansion yet?
No. I'll get there soon enough.
Okay.
Well, he owns it. He's not in the content yet.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what you were asking.
He gets like a free 90.
Yeah, but he hasn't done that yet because we started another character just so that I could quickly get someone up to 90 to level with him. Mm. And we're at level 74. Oh. So we're 16 levels away now. And we have like this triple experience thing because of our thing. So it's not taking that long.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
It's just now with school and stuff, we can't just sit there all day.
Are you still playing with that other dude?
Yeah. He doesn't have the 300% experience thing, so he was using like an item to. I'm not going to get into it, but he can't do that as much anymore now, so he's kind of been left behind a little bit, but he'll catch up.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Always gotta leave the black guy behind.
Though I've been wanting to start a new one, not to derail Scott too much, but while we're talking about WoW, I'm wanting to start a new character and go through and read all the quest stuff, which is something I've never done. So Alex, if you wanted to go through with me, I'll be taking it real slow.
Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to think, like, what's a clear month? Like April and May would be the time I would play WoW. Probably May.
It's like $20 for everything but the new one.
I'm pretty sure May is when Metal Gear's coming out.
And like, if you're gonna go from level 1, you can spread it out.
I know, but like, I don't want to drop the money right now.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, I'm getting Evolve in a couple of weeks, and Majora after that, and then Bloodborne the month after that.
Yeah.
So that like I've already have my finances
Bloodborne's at the
planned
end of
out.
March, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'm getting.
I'm gonna let Scott talk. I feel bad for derailing him.
Yeah. Scott.
Well, I was pretty much done.
Nothing new to say about WoW? Are you enjoying it?
No, nothing new to say about WoW. I haven't even gotten to the new stuff yet. Like, what the fuck?
Okay. I just, I like your opinion. You say stuff, and I enjoy. Ow! I hit myself.
Scott smacked you across the internet.
Yeah, Scott was just like. I just start choking myself. Scott's possessed my hand.
You just can't handle the sass anymore.
I can't. Scott sass. What about H1Z1?
That one's still quite a bit of fun.
Mm-hmm. Have they? So, like, it's only been out for, like, what, 2 weeks now? Have they done any updates yet? I don't know, like, what their schedule is for that. Like, are they...
So far, it looks like... I think they've cranked out 4.
Whew.
Maybe it's 3.
Still.
Yeah, so it's being updated pretty frequently, even if it's only real bug fixes.
Mm-hmm. Still, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they're going to be like... have they said anything? Are they going to like do like, hey, every Friday we update or something like that? Something like Dota. I know like Dota does updates.
No, they've not said anything like that. I think it's going to be the update will come out when it's ready, even if that means 2 in one day.
Okay, fair enough. And you're still enjoying it, still having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Anything new on that front though, or is it just still?
Okay. So, do you know anything about the base building?
No, I think I've heard a little bit about it, but I'm not.
Do you know how Rust base building works?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is a little similar to that, except for you can rotate things, and it's buggy.
Okay.
So, a funny thing that I've seen people do is because there's no roof on your base yet, you can't actually build one.
Mm-hmm.
People are taking a furnace and putting it in the middle of somebody's gate. Like, you have a gate there that's supposed to open and close. People are sticking a furnace that's sticking out in between both sides of your gate. And they jump over your wall.
That's pretty funny. So you can just like kind of pop open the tool at any time.
You do have to have 9 scrap metal on you.
Yeah.
So you have to be playing during the day where you're not going to get killed and get over to a base that has stuff that's left out like that.
Huh. That's pretty funny though. I like
it's really funny because what people have also been doing with stuff like that is there's a place called Zims.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know exactly what that's a rip of. But there is a ladder near the back and upper part of Zims that would take you to the roof. But ladders aren't in the game quite yet. So what somebody did is they stacked a base foundation, which is like a porch type thing that doesn't have a house next to it. They stacked 2 of those things, one outside, another inside, so they could walk up the ladder of one foundation, then to another, and then jump onto the roof of Zims.
Huh.
So the weird stuff like that is going on right now.
That sounds like the kind of the better parts of the early buggy game, though, to be fair.
Yep. It is the more fun stuff to see.
Okay, fair enough.
Because you've been cracking down on dupers. The not fun part.
Yeah, the Dark Souls part,
well
the pre-patch Dark Souls world.
Yeah, and also hackers. They've been getting rid of those. Oh yeah, by the way, we didn't tell you the story of how we killed a hacker. Did you
counter hack?
No, we shot him in the face.
Oh, I mean, shit, that'll do it. Hacker, that's the hacker's one weakness.
Getting shot.
Was that like a group effort, you and Tony?
Me, Tony, and Jay. Yeah, the other guy.
Okay. I'm glad that you gave Jay
So basically, Tony shot him with an arrow, then Tony got shot with a gun. I shot him with an arrow, then I got shot with a gun. Then Jay had a gun and shot the guy in the face. So our arrows did not matter.
He hacked it so he was immune to arrows, but hadn't quite gotten to the gun part.
It takes 3 arrows to kill somebody.
So Jay could have killed him with the arrow.
He could have killed him with an arrow. It didn't really matter where he shot him, but he pretty specifically got him in the face.
The gun was also... It worked out. Let's
Yeah, the thing about that is that was extremely scary because he was no-clip moving, which is you move really, really fast and through things.
Yeah, you just clip through everything.
And then there's also a dupe at that time where you can just respawn with all your junk. So if he respawned close enough to where we were, he could have gotten into us within a minute and tried to kill us again.
Oof.
And it would have been just Jay there because Tony and I just died. But luckily...
Did you shoot each other with arrows?
No.
Okay.
We shot him with an arrow and he shot us, remember?
Oh.
We were over this.
Okay. So I'm sorry. I'm a little slow.
After that, I did end up shooting Tony in the face with an arrow one of the times.
You see why I bring these points up.
You see what the times where I shot Tony in the arrow and killed him with him on accident twice, I believe happened after that. So yeah.
Fair enough. I do want to point out here. I said Rob Castelletta's name, and he just appeared in the comments earlier. Like I summoned him, and he had a few comments. One was if any of us played Guild Wars 2, which I don't think any of us.
I did.
Yeah, we
Currently,
currently
still do it, but I
okay, not currently.
I played last time I played was like 3 months ago.
And Rob also apparently still listens to the show because he said, "What stresses Brian out more?" Brian, he said, also. I'm offended. Women or Resident Evil. It's a nice throwback to last week.
Well, I played Jill, so there you go. It's double stressful.
Yeah. Thank you, Rob, for watching. And he wants to know when we're going to have him back on. When Rock Band 4 is announced. That's what I told Harold. Anyway.
That's mean.
That is mean. I think it's funny, though. Is that all on H1Z1, Scott?
Yep, that's all.
All the video games.
Yeah, nothing interesting in Fantasy Life because I've made it a point to do the professions up to the point in story that I'm at. So,
Rob commented back, "It's his God-given name." I don't know what to say to that. I understand, Scott. I haven't gone back to Fantasy Life because when I boot up my 3DS, I just play Persona Q at this point. Because I feel like I can just go back to Fantasy Life anytime, but if I stay away from Persona Q for too long, I'll forget how everything works.
Where are you going to hang up those cards, man?
I don't know. I've been meaning to. I need to get another roll of poster tape. So that's kind of the only thing to hold me back, but I'll get to it eventually. Because I've been meaning to. I laid them out, and I'm like, oh, I know how I'll organize these now. But I'll get to it. Tony, want to round us out?
Not particularly.
Okay. Well then.
But I will anyway if you
Good.
really need me to.
Anything you want to?
I played this game called H1Z1.
Okay, I was gonna ask if anything you wanted to add to that.
Why didn't you?
No, Scott pretty much covered it. It's good. Battle Royale is the best part about that game.
Okay.
I played a whole bunch of Danganronpa 2.
Yes.
That game's good.
So you're in chapter 3?
Beginning of chapter 4.
Okay. You're in the grape strawberry situation.
Yeah.
For people's reference.
Yeah.
I'll tweet Justin that. I'll be like...
Everyone's real hungry.
Everyone's real hungry.
Yeah. And all the guys get real thirsty.
Yeah, they do. When I was playing that, I don't know how far into the everyone's real hungry bit you are, but I was getting so hungry. playing during that part.
Oh, dude, I had to go get food.
Yeah, I had to put it down at one point. I'm like, I'm gonna make a grilled cheese sandwich because this is too much.
Did you make that special grilled cheese sandwich with cheese on the outside?
Yeah, I've been making that a lot lately because it's super filling. It's real good.
That little bit of extra cheese just makes it nice and filling.
I don't know, like it makes the bread like feel more filling. You're probably just fooling your head, but it does the job.
Yeah, for sure.
Add me on Facebook if you want to know more, I guess. No. I posted about something on Facebook, and then everybody was like, oh, God, this is awesome. Just, like, put a little cheese on the outside of your grilled cheese sandwich, right, while it's cooking, and it'll, like, cheese up the bread, so it'll taste like that cheesy Panera bread, whatever bread that is that they use, and it's real good. Recommended. Very filling. 10 out of 10. Would fuck again.
Wow, that's the first time I heard that.
Continue, Tony. I'm sorry.
So I don't know. I've been playing that game a lot. I still think the first one is better, but after the break that I took from those games, I think I'm ready to go through all of those, like the things that game entails again.
Okay.
I didn't want 2 full games of that all at once, so that's kind of why I stalled out on 2.
Yep.
But now that it's been like a month and a half to 2 months since I finished the first one, I'm ready to do all that again, and so I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, I had like 4 months between the two of them. I think that definitely helps.
I'll tell you what, the cases in the second one are much more like elaborate than in the first one.
just fucking wait.
I mean, it's already gotten like I don't think they wanted to do the same stuff they did in the first one like at all, because nothing has been even like remotely similar. Mm-hmm. So
even like that second case, I thought was really clever the way they did it. Except for like the part where you had to figure out that someone wrapped their swimsuit around a bunch of rocks and hit someone with it. That was fucking stupid.
Oh, you didn't like that one?
I don't know how anyone could make that leap. I feel
if it wasn't like presented in the way that like they kind of lead you to it, I don't think anyone would.
Yeah.
But when you get to that point, it's kind of like, oh, this was stupid.
Yeah, I like because I had like put a couple days between sessions at that point, so that I had just lost everything. So anyway. I think the second one's really good. I think it goes to some really cool places that the first one doesn't.
I don't like the new Hangman's Gambit, but you know that's like my only complaint so far.
I don't like the snowboarding game either.
It's okay. It's cheesy.
It gets worse. I think it's like the first time I'm like, this is cool.
I just did the one where there's like a bunch of spiraling 1-block paths.
Yeah, it gets worse.
It's pretty annoying, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, it could be worse. Like I'm just kind of like powering through for the dialogue and stuff anyway. Right. Yeah, the cases do get really elaborate in a clever way. They don't do. They go crazy, but like in a fun way that you can kind of keep up with, as long as you're paying attention, at least. Mm-hmm. All right, keep posting on that. Justin still wants to do a spoiler cast.
Okay, I mean, I plan on finishing the game.
Right after the Tales of Delia spoiler cast goes out.
Yeah, right after the Tales go. Yes. That.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see. Other than that, I played WoW with Scott. We talked about that, and I played some Dota. I don't know if Scott was there. Probably was. It's Dota. Still Dota. And that's it. That's all my games. I play the same games all the time because I'm super boring.
You know what? Nothing wrong with that. Play what you like. Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to take a break. Jarrett, you're going to leave us.
I am. Jared, I'm pretty sure my power is going to go out soon, so...
You got a life to live and power to lose. So.
Yeah. So I can just sit and stare at my phone in the darkness.
just play more of the Witcher adventure battle arena and hate yourself the whole time.
Be mad.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure having you on, of course.
No.
Follow Jarrett at Jarrett Green or Jarrett John on Twitter.
Yeah, don't follow me at Jarrett Green. I'm not there.
That's some white dude just hanging out.
He gets one follower and he's like, I loved you on that podcast.
Don't even joke around. He would get a follower. He's the chief product officer of Balanced Comp.
Yeah, probably.
No, I just looked it up. That's his Twitter.
Oh, that's funny. That's good. He exists.
He has 635 followers.
He's got way more than me.
He's got more than me. What a jerk. Anyway, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got some incredibly sad news to talk about. So prepare yourselves. And
I'm anxious.
I know. Yeah. Nobshin's in that Resident Evil manner. He's super anxious. And then we'll kind of throw it out because we ain't got no emails. So we'll be back in a little bit, guys.
Choo, choo, choo.
Thanks for coming on, Jarrett. I'm glad you could talk about games and Nightfest.
Yeah, dude, I gotta go eat.
Thanks, J-Red.
Go eat,
All right,
Scott.
You completely destroyed that timeline.
Yeah,
what is it? 3 hours that we've started now?
146 is the time plus.
Well, no. I was talking about plus bonus content.
Plus bonus content was 30 minutes, so it was 2 hours 15 minutes.
Yeah. All right.
Not terrible.
I'm glad I can come here and make your shows 3 hours long.
Well, you know we appreciate it, Jared.
You can complain to us on Twitter later on.
Yeah.
The show's too long.
God damn it.
You should never have that Jared guy on again. He makes your shows too long. We've been just knocking out these 3-hour shows these past few weeks just because we took such a long break, I think is why.
Just got a lot to say sometimes, man.
Yeah, sometimes you do. Let me know when you want to play co-op this weekend.
I do want to play co-op this weekend. I got to figure out when that's actually going to happen because I work tomorrow.
Just text me. I'll be around.
I will. Yeah.
Sunday's better for me, but yeah.
I mean, it might be better for me too. I just don't know. But when I know, I'll text you. We'll convene.
Okay, cool.
Or maybe I'll just play Fable 2. Never know.
Play some Amalur, dude. That's my Fable 2.
Yeah, Amalur is that thing I pass on my PS3. I'm like, I could play that, and I just skip it and just keep going.
It's so good. Whatever you have to tell yourself. All right, man.
You guys have fun.
We will. I'll let you go. Peace out, man. He just turns off leaves his computer, and he's just in here for the rest of the show. All right, now we just gotta wait for Scott to eat and get some YouTube comments. I never asked to be on. That's Harold. You are all beneath me. God damn it, Rob. What do you want from us? And yes, I listen. Much love. Don't repeat that. I have an image to uphold.
You just fucked it up then.
I guess I did. Well, this is bonus content. Alex, do you get a haircut with an axe? No, it's hedge clippers, actually. That's my preferred haircut.
That was a bowl.
Jarrett has horrible dedication. Oh, Rob. How's the Gamecocks doing? Is that still a show?
Damn.
I don't know. I know Nick's not on the show anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
He told me we would play Dying Light co-op. I might be able to get him together tonight. Oh my god. I just searched Gamecock on Twitter, and one of them is this super buff dude. Gamecock 1931.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his description and picture are fantastic together.
Oh, okay. I thought you saw his cock was out or something. Oh, okay.
No, I mean that'd be pretty funny, but nah, unfortunately. Sad face, sad penis face.
So limp.
Yep, just a big old flaccid penis. Hatchet was my second guess, said Rob Gessler. Fair enough.
My question got asked on the comment button this week.
Did?
Yeah, what's the first question they asked? One says Brian, that's me.
Oh, I listened to it. What was it? I don't remember.
The one asking about what your significant others think about them doing the comment button.
Oh, that was a great question.
Yeah.
I really liked the discussion it spawned about April.
Yeah, because that was my main curiosity. What does April think? Does she actually watch this stuff? Does she just look at Ryan this man not be bitch or something like that? Oh no.
No, that's awesome. I liked that Brian's answer to that as well. And Scott, like, how he was like, yeah, my wife is gonna miss all of, or my girlfriend. My wife. She's gonna miss all of you guys. I really liked that stupid Max Scoville Brian Altano Star Wars video. I don't know if you ended up watching it.
I don't know. I saw that.
It was a comedy video for IGN.
No, I didn't see that yet. I saw that that Paddington one he put up on
Oh shit! I didn't see that.
That's on Facebook though. That's on the Coming Button group.
Oh, was that the one with the hat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Paddington music playing in the background.
I didn't recognize it immediately as the Paddington music. I posted a comment on that. I just said, just another Thursday afternoon.
Do you? I'm curious. Did you ever watch Paddington?
I did a little bit, but like I was super young.
Okay, I was wondering if like it resonated with you the same way it resonated with me. Like the muddy shit, I was just dying because like I saw a commercial ever.
See, like I wish I'd listened to that episode that week, but I like just caught up this week.
Okay.
But when I listened to it with the context, I just started losing my mind because even as like a 9-year-old kid watching those Muzzy commercials, I'm like, this is fucking stupid. So yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, no, that was great. I was really young. I remember reading some Paddington Bear books.
Yeah, I don't remember what came on with Paddington because I know that it came on like all the time on Nick Jr. I just don't remember what came on with it. Like I just recently went to YouTube and watched the first episode again. And it's like, oh yeah, there's that stupid marmalade jar. Like I totally forgot all about this stuff. Like I was just remembering it.
Fucking Ryan Scott's Paddington Bear impression though. Holy shit, that was hilarious. I was so not ready for it. No, I see. Like my show as a kid, I think that was kind of like around that was the one with the turtle.
Turtle.
I don't remember the name of it. But I also liked. It was like a turtle with a raincoat. You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Maybe. He kind of looked like Cecil Turtle from like old Warner Brothers cartoons. I think I know what you're talking about.
Kind of. But mine was I love Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Mm-hmm.
That was my jam. That's like still that's my favorite kid show ever. As like an educational like show that teaches you like social understanding. Like that's just I loved dogs so much when I was a kid, and yeah, that just made my heart.
That's why your dog's so big.
Yeah, that's why my dog's so big. I had the big brown and white dog. And I liked Arthur.
Oh yeah,
as well.
I think mine was pretty much Muppet Babies. Muppet Babies is my jam.
I watched Looney Tune Babies or Looney Tune Kids.
Baby Looney Tunes is what it's called.
Okay, I loved that. I think
I watched that just to watch it. Like I enjoyed it, but like it's just like one of those things. Like I don't know, like it was just okay, but like I just watch it like every time it was on anyway. Like
I was young.
Like kind of like Tom and Jerry Kids. That was like the era, like everything was a kid form. Like Tom and Jerry Kids, that was something else that was on that I watched all the time too, and that was just okay. Not as good as like old Tom and Jerry cartoons, but like it was still good.
No, yeah, I loved Baby Looney Tunes. That just made me like as like a little kid. I thought that was super fun. Just like Rugrats and stuff for me. And we talked about a pup named Scooby Doo. Yeah. I love Scooby Doo is my favorite cartoon growing up. Before like the new era of aughts Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon cartoons.
There were so many spin-offs. Like God, like when you first got like Cartoon Network, when Cartoon Network became a thing on television, there was like so much. There was like a Scooby Doo, like 6 hours another Scooby Doo. She was like, Scooby Doo, where are you?
Scrappy Doo.
The Scrappy Doo. What's new Scooby Doo?
Mm-hmm. A pup named Scooby Doo.
A pup named Scooby Doo. The Scooby Doo movies or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And then the hour-long
13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo.
Yeah, the hour-long Scooby Doo specials.
Yeah, God, so much.
Yeah, it was so good though. Like that's like a show that I think holds up for kids a lot.
Mm.
It's just the right amount of goofy. Doesn't take itself seriously at all.
Yeah, I guess that's why it's still on television.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know why Looney Tunes aren't on TV anymore. Like,
Yeah, like that breaks my heart. Like Animaniacs is like fantastic, and I can't find it anywhere ever.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't stream it. Like I've been waiting for that forever on Netflix, and that's just hasn't happened. I have to buy those DVDs or something because like
I know, like I've thought about buying like Animaniacs DVDs just because. And like like when I was younger, like before 2000, it was so easy to watch Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would watch Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, Tasmanian Devil, Roadrunner cartoons like constantly. Like I would just switch to WB and they'd be on.
Right.
I didn't have to work for it at all. But
yeah,
now it's like impossible to find any of them.
Yeah, and like it's been like to the point lately. Like I just get these moments I want to watch them, so I just go on, just find some random sites. You can't find them on freaking YouTube. You have to like go on some random site just to find like Tortoise Beast Hair or something like that. It's just like an old cartoon like that, and like just so I can just watch it again. I just watch like an old Porky Pig or Daffy Duck cartoon.
I was just gonna say, like, I don't even remember like what a Porky Pig cartoon was like.
Yeah, I just looked at that recently because I remember I wanted to watch the Wacky Land one because that was like one of the biggest ones for Porky Pig, and like it's so weird watching the Porky Pig cartoon because like he pretty much does nothing.
Yep.
He's
a useless character.
Yeah, he's just a stand around. He's just a straight man. I guess that's why you got teamed up with Daffy Duck so much because like Daffy was the crazy one. He was the straight man for everything that he was like being crazy about, and that's why the whole Plucky Duck and Hampton Pig thing just like spawned that thing on Tiny Toons. So that makes all the sense.
Yeah, like the fucking what was it, Pepe Le Pew? Like, all those cartoons were the fucking funniest thing when I was younger. I loved them. God. Because my kids are never going to be able to watch this. And I'm going to force them to watch my cartoons.
I was like, fuck that. You ain't watching this CG shit. You're going to watch some old cartoons.
Over my fucking dead body, are you going to watch Fanboy and Chum Chum? Like, that is not going to happen. I'm going to sit you down. You're going to watch Scooby-Doo, Animaniacs, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry. Fuck, man.
I mean, like, and that's I guess that's something that says that I guess that says something about Tom and Jerry because that still comes on. That's still on TV. That's like the only one.
And that's like arguably the worst one because it's so graphic and violent.
Well, sure, but like that's like legitimately like that show has nothing but timing. Like it's just like that timing comedy that's just so good with Tom and Jerry, and that's like the only thing that comes on TV anymore. And like my nephew still watches that, and like he'll ask you like once in a while you want to watch old cartoons, and like I'll just like put something on TV and we'll watch like an old Bugs Bunny cartoon and stuff like that, and like also recently, like because like I watch that and then I get nostalgic for like old Disney cartoons and like I watch some of that like any of the ones where like Mickey, Donald, and Goofy are like teamed together because like there's like a good like handful of those episodes and like those are always like a good funny ones. Those Goofy ones that like he learns how to ski or the football one is so good too.
Oh yeah, that's the one that I specifically remember. One that I love is I think it was like one of the first appearances in one of them, or it was just like the first collection of the three was like they go to this haunted house with a bunch of ghosts. That's like a really old one, and I love it.
Yeah, I had a book of that, and then like I saw like the actual cartoon, like oh my god, it's the same thing. Yeah. When I was younger.
It's so great, like when you see like, oh, here's like this comic version of this, and then like you can watch this fully animated thing. Like a good thing about like most of those didn't have dialogue, so you actually have to sit and watch the screen instead of like looking at a bunch of other different things, like Tom and Jerry and everything, which is a nice thing. I really like those old cartoons.
I need to watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit again. I haven't watched it in years.
It's on Netflix, luckily.
Yeah, I know.
I watch that every once in a while because I fucking adore that movie so much.
Speaking of Netflix, I'm like probably after this podcast we're gonna do this. Like I'm gonna get my nephew and let him watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one, because like he told me like maybe like a few months ago, like he said, "Oh, I watched Ninja Turtles. They look so terrible. The costumes are so terrible. Like, oh, like you're so you millennial. You don't know anything like how good those suits were back in those days." But then like. When I was talking to him like recently, just yesterday, he was talking about the TV show of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that that shitty, like the next mutation. He was talking about that. He wasn't talking about the actual movies. So I was like, oh, we gotta watch this like right now.
Yeah, the fucking stupid Power Rangers crossover show where they added a fifth Ninja Turtle that was complete bullshit.
Yeah, it's a woman. You got a problem with
Venus? No, I don't have a problem with a woman. I have a problem with adding a fifth Ninja Turtle that is not canon.
I remember that show too because they killed. I think they killed the Shredder like in the first episode, and then like there was like nothing else.
It was like, oh, this is it. That's all on Netflix too. And fuck that show. I watched 3 episodes of it, and I'm like, man, I hate this because I love those fucking live action movies so much. For their faults and their successes, I love all 3 of them.
Yeah. The third one I haven't seen in years, so I can't even speak about
it doesn't hold up. And it's like, it is great because it does. Because over the course of 3 weeks, Ethan and I sat and watched each one of them.
Yeah, you told me this.
Yeah, and that third one was just us laughing hysterically because of how dumb it is.
Still, my favorite part in that movie was when the Japanese men are just dancing. That was like my favorite part.
One of my favorite parts was when Raphael resuscitates this little Asian boy with CPR. It's just huge fucking face comes down. And they're like, you saved my son's life. And he's like, oh, it was nothing. And it was just like, oh, he just ate his whole head. And then he came out and he was alive. Oh, God.
My nephew's been knocking on my door, so I gotta go check him out. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry that took so long.
It's alright. Navaj and I were just talking about old cartoons. For
we have a segment for that.
Old stuff that we're not going to talk about. Although I'm thinking about maybe keeping that part in because that was really good. We just went on for 15 minutes straight. Tony's here, I think. He just didn't have anything to add, I assume.
Oh, I was busy.
Oh, great. Actually, I'm going to get another beer. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
We all back now? Hello?
I'm good. I don't know about everybody else.
I guess Namashin's not back. Star D. Davis.
I'm still here.
Okay, good.
New raid content comes out next week, so I was talking to my guildmaster about how the raid's gonna get set up.
My guildmaster. I'm just teasing. Where is the zone? Okay. Appropriate volume.
All right, I'm back. Let's do this.
Cool. Good, Tony?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
That's why I mute myself, so you don't have to listen to that.
I know, I just want to make sure you'd sorted everything out.
Scott's not back?
Scott's back, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. Scott, are you? Do you have the right mic coming through Google Hangout?
Probably not.
You wanna?
No.
Okay. Well, make sure you do, Because like when I use the backup,
the microphone. Yeah. Okay. So Audacity's fine.
just like when I use the backup, that's the audio it's pulling. So
Okay.
I don't care if like it sounds shitty for me, as long as I can hear you.
Have you been watching Greg and Colin live lately, Alex? I'm just curious.
I watch it every now and again. I usually watch it when it's live. If I watch it, I wanted to watch the Tim Schafer one from today. I think it was.
Yeah, I'm gonna archive that. So
I just like it's so much content. I'm not gonna go watch the archives usually. But I'm running thin on things. I'm almost caught up on Game Grumps after a couple weeks off, and I'm all caught up on podcasts, everything. So, except for Podcast Beyond, which I don't really listen to anymore. But
that's a shame.
I know I really like it. I've listened to a couple episodes here and there, but. News in gaming. Let's talk about some news, guys. Pretty unfortunate week, sadly, on many fronts. First, I'll start by saying again very unfortunate. Andrew Yoon, previous writer for Joystick and Shack News, passed away this week in an accident. From what I understand. Condolences go to his family. I know most of the people on the show probably don't know who he is, but I had actually talked with him briefly before, and he was on Weekend Confirmed with Garnet Lee and Jeff Kanata, which was a fantastic show. And yeah, it's just incredibly sad. He was very young. I think is the worst part about all of this. And yeah, he was doing some cool stuff. He was working on a game last I had checked in with him. So, and on top of all that, Joystick is closing down. Joystick is one of the best video game reporting news websites out there, I think. And this is like incredibly disheartening and sad. It was kind of like leaked-ish, rumored on Monday. Kind of made official. It is going to be the last day. It's going to be posting. It's going to be on Tuesday, and that is the end of Joystick. Which, as far as I'm concerned, is the end of an era as far as covering video games. If you ever needed like news, just straight news or whatever's happening, their blog style reporting was kind of like they did it and they did it best, save for like Kotaku maybe. But like they were very focused, mostly news. They had awesome features and reviews as well. Yeah, like if I needed to know what was going on anytime I would check news for this show, I would go there. So that's super sad, and my heart goes out to everyone who is writing there, and hopefully they bounce back and find some new places in the industry. So.
Yeah, I used to follow a Joystick for a while. I still do. Like, I've always seen them migrate there, like every once in a while. And they were like my main like PS3 source of news before like, I really got into like the PlayStation blog. Because like they had like I think it was like PS3 fanboy or something like that for their Twitter handle, and that's how I used to get my PS3 news for that. But probably my best memory of Joystick. Is when Dead Space Extractions cover art came out, and then like it was just a woman, the way she had her face in that cover art, like they just decided that the entire day is to sprinkle that face in like in every article that they had, and I never laughed so hard and for so long. It was just like that face was just so hilarious to me, and it was just like everywhere on that site. So I couldn't stop laughing. It was just so funny.
They would do like silly stuff like that. Like I think I don't know, it was something like that you and I shared between ourselves on Twitter. Like they did a post about Metal Gear, and like the cover art was just like the most absurd, fucking jarbled mess, and it was hilarious. Yeah, they would have a lot of fun with it, and like obviously, like Justin McElroy, Griffin McElroy, Arthur Geese, Zav Demanis, a bunch of people have been through there that I still follow. And it's like one of the premier places, or was, for news and just straight video game blog style reporting, which I think worked really well for them. But sadness all around. Really bummer news central. In other news, for those super excited about Mortal Kombat X, which I'd like to hope is all of us here. I don't know. Feelers for that?
I'll buy it.
I'll buy it. Tony, are you going to fight for the Shaolin?
I will play it.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Gotta throw that hat.
Scott?
No.
You're not going to play that story mode?
No.
You know it's going to be awesome, though.
Maybe.
Well, Ermac and Reptile were announced for Mortal Kombat X. I don't give a shit about Ermac, but I thought Reptile was pretty cool. Was Ermac in the last one?
Yes.
Okay. I thought, yeah, he was, yeah, I remember now. I was looking at a picture of him. He wasn't like the one dude, like the pale guy that rips off your arms and hits you with them.
If you go to Google and like this Google joystick in Dead Space Girl, that's you'll see her face in like just their pictures for like all of July 1st, 2009. It's just like all over. I'm sorry, I just remember how funny though.
Please, that's yeah. I'm actually looking at this right now. It's pretty great. Anyway, they announced Ermac and also Reptile. Reptile's cool. I like Mortal Kombat after that last one, so sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's April. It's right around. They're just monopolizing on April release dates, which I'm totally okay with. Justice came out in April. Mortal Kombat 9 came out in April. Yeah, I'm still excited for that game. And Homeworld Remastered is coming out next month. Announced at PAX South. They also were like, "Hey, I think we're ready to start making Borderlands 3." So whatever that means. But Homeworld was like the more exciting announcement, I guess, because it had a date attached to it sometime in February. Obviously, none of us know because none of us really care. But you know, Gearbox is still doing their thing. Anyone here play Homeworld? I don't think. I think that was before our time. Yeah, I'll take that as a yes. Clearly, a lot of hard-hitting news this week, guys. Other than that, Nintendo announced how their affiliate program is going to work with YouTubes. That's the YouTubes, if you're familiar with that. And it was confusing to me. I don't know if you looked into it at all, Namishin.
I looked a little bit into it, yeah.
Do you understand how it's working?
This basically like it seems like you have to sign up for if you want to like stream there's like a list of games that they have, and like all those games that they have, which is first party Nintendo games that like if you sign up and like you could either have like your own channel and have like I think like maybe like 40% of the revenue, or you can have a specific channel just for their Nintendo stuff, and you'll get like 70% of the ad revenue or something like that. It's just like something that they're trying to share between like you know, this is what pretty much everybody wanted. It's probably mostly why no one really covered Nintendo games. Is because like they usually just take down what they had on YouTube. No, Angry Joe got through some of this like a few days ago or a few weeks ago of Nintendo taking down one of his videos just because they had like very specific things that they wanted. If you're going to stream, you have to stream it a specific way. You can't like have like too much of a Nintendo thing without their approval and all this other bullshit. But like now they're just like they're finally giving what the people want, more or less. But like the weird thing about that list is like Smash Brothers isn't on that list like whatsoever. So I guess you can't get ad revenue for Smash Brothers.
So, like, it's worth noting, like, this is specifically for videos that, like, you're trying to AdSense with, like, that you're trying to monetize. Monetize YouTube videos is kind of like their buzzword for it. So if you just have a Nintendo video on there, I don't think they care. 'Cause, for example, all of my videos, I just don't monetize them because I know doing that with Nintendo videos is just, it's a
Death sentence.
Death sentence, and it's a bunch of stuff that you have to go through. So I just have them. They're just me, my commentary, my criticism, as it would be under fair use, and that's it. And it looks like a lot of YouTube creators are not happy about this.
Yeah, I think it's just not good enough. Like, I can't really tell you, like, for me personally, like, I don't really fully understand that because, you know, like, I'm not into the know as far as, like, YouTube stuff, as far as, like, what they need and what they should get, as far as, like, anything else. Because, like, you know, like, I guess, like, with other outlets, like, you know, like, if an indie game person's like, oh, yeah, fucking stream my game, they take all the ad revenue just so you can advertise my game, that's fine. But Nintendo's just being different and more of a dictator about it. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think, like, the big part of it is, like, you have to kind of register with them, and if they can, like, deny and allow it, pretty much they can, like, blacklist or whitelist you. If you,
I guess if you're like probably cussing all over or something, I don't know.
Yeah. So, like, you have to go through this approval process to do it. I think that's a big part of it. But they're adding another layer of complication to it. The thing is, like, a lot of sentiment I saw was that if this works for Nintendo, then every publisher under the sun is going to do it, and it's going to make it a lot harder for Let's Players and whatnot, which is, you know, frustrating. I respect Let's Players a lot, and, you know, I wouldn't want that to happen for them. But you know, it's just rolling out now, so we're gonna have to wait and see how this pans out. Might not work. Nintendo might change this, or it might work really well.
I think there's like a clause on there that they can like radically change this, like whenever they want, because just in case it like falls through or whatever. So I don't know.
Sounds like something Nintendo would put through there. Any thoughts on this, Scott, Tony, or, you know, any of the news?
Not really.
I
Just
read
talk.
joystick.
Just talk.
Yeah, it makes me sad.
Yeah. There you go. That's it. Like, that's all I had for news. Option. I think you approved this list.
Yeah.
One more thing that's pretty big.
Okay.
For people like me, who are weirdos. But Dengikin Bunko is coming to the U.S. And that's just basically like an anime mix-up fighting game, which is pretty cool. It has like Sword Art Online characters and Toradora characters fighting against each other, so it's weird. That's the thing that's coming. And I don't know. That's interesting. Greg will probably say, "Oh, I'll buy this," and he'll never buy it, and he'll buy it next year. Like, "Oh, this game was great. Why didn't I buy it?" So there you go.
That sounds
your
awesome.
news.
I'll play as Kirito. He's cool. That's your news for January 30th, 2015. All right, that's all I got, man. No emails. We had some fun YouTube comments. You can watch the bonus content to absorb those, and watch the bonus content to hear me and Nobshin talk about old cartoons. That was fun. Thinking about maybe. Oh no, we did get an email. Never mind. Oh God, I don't know if I should read this. It's from Rob Castelletta. He says, and I quote the email: "Why do none of you cowards want to play Smash against me? Mercy is for the weak. Angry Rob, Gamecocks Gaming Worldwide Ltd."
Okay, I'll play you.
There is a podcast feud going on between us and the Gamecocks. If you're not familiar,
Wait, what are they called?
sorry, I couldn't. It couldn't come to my mind, you know, for obvious reasons. I don't know. Whatever. We'll play Smash against him. Just destroy him. He also asks if you think AOL, what do you think of AOL shutting down Joystick as a sign that video game websites that focus primarily on written articles are dying? I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's the thing now, because IGN is no longer counts as one of those websites.
Oh, yeah, I mean, IGN's had this huge video focus. I mean, they even do Let's Plays. They kind of started that in the past year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I mean, it's interesting because, like, I think like Patrick Klepek left Giant Bomb so he can focus more on his writing. At least that's what it seems more like in my eyes. And like pretty much, it seems like just Kotaku is like the written site now. Like that's basically just for the writers. It's basically Kotaku. So I don't know. It's interesting because I don't even know how to put it into words. You go ahead before me.
When I was because I've kind of stepped back a little bit because I've been trying to focus on school. But when I was really trying to get my writing out there and freelancing and stuff, I discovered there are a lot of websites that make enough money to pay random people to write articles for their websites. And they're primarily written websites. There are a lot of websites out there that pay people to write for them. Like freelancers that just do writing. Pace Magazine is kind of like one of those, like Pace Games. As far as I know, they're exclusively writing, and they do super awesome articles, and they do well enough for themselves to do regular freelance work. And Killscreen, which is a smaller website that I think is absolutely fantastic, that does exclusive writing. They do kind of a magazine on the side as well. I don't know. I don't know if this is a sign that maybe those websites are going to have trouble. I think
it's more of AOL, if anything.
Yeah, I think
Joystick.
I think AOL is the straw that broke the camel's back, and it just brought down Joystick with it. Sega is doing terribly right now. They just laid off a whole bunch of people. That's news.
Yeah, that's news.
And they're trying to relocate their California office. And I don't know, people were like,
so
Sega,
glad they bought Atlas.
Yeah, people were like, oh, they bought Atlas and they're crumbling. And if they shut down, then Atlas shuts down.
But Sega's bigger than just what we see. They have so many other ways of making money. So Sega will be fine. It's just their video game presence, I guess you would say, or at least for as far as Westerners are concerned, it's just not that available anymore.
Yeah, and so far, Atlas has literally been completely unaffected by anything that has happened to Sega. It's only been a year since they were bought, maybe even less than that, but still, it's not been super concerning. We'll see. I don't know. As far as video games writing goes, I think for sure if you want to work at a place like IGN or Giant Bomb or something like that, like a GameSpot or something, you need to be able to do video and do written stuff. Kotaku's the big exception. There are places that Paste and Killscreen out there that are also exceptions, but they're much smaller. They're a different ball game. They have a devoted, smaller audience.
Yeah, and I think it's a hand-to-hand type of thing. I don't think you could do a really good video if you can't really write as well. To articulate your words. I'm not that much of a writer, and I can't really articulate my words that well when I'm on this podcast. But when I get there, and you understand it, the passion that I have for it. And I think someone who could be able to write that down can convey it as far as video as well. And that's those are the people that you remember. Those are the Greg Millers. Those are the Jeff Gerstmans. Those are the people that you remember for that very reason, is because they can write and they can also articulate what they want to say to you at the same time.
Yeah, I think there's a divide there. There are people that are better, for sure, better hosts. But every once in a while you'll get an Adam Sessler who's simultaneously a fantastic writer and an incredible video presence.
I miss him.
I miss him so much. Any excuse I have to bring up Adam Sessler and how awesome he is. But you know what? sometimes you got to get out for your sanity, as a lot of people found out in 2014. I can't blame any of them, but I think for sure you should like if you're out there listening, you're like, I want to write for IGN. Like you need to do video, do it, like get good at it or get better at it. You don't have to be great at it. You just have to be okay at it. You need to get by. Like, that's what I've been doing. And like, I think hosting a podcast helps that a lot because you just get more comfortable talking.
Hashtag bring Alex Talks back.
I've had people tweet at me like, when is Alex Talks coming back? It might not ever come back. But we'll see. I want it to. I really do. Anyway, I think that wraps us up. We got a nice closing segment ahead of us. So you can contact us in a variety of ways. One, you can watch us live on YouTube, youtube.com/Rational Passions. Regularly, we record every Friday night between 6 and 8 p.m. usually. So you can check that out there and post comments, and we'll read them. I'll try to keep up with them. But you can send us an email, mailsack@irrationalpassions.com. That's mailsack@irrationalpassions.com. Leave us a voicemail at 404-590-1337. Standard long-distance fees do apply. You can follow each of us on Twitter. I'm at owlfighter27. Scott is at whattechuz. Nabishin is at NABESHIN186. That's Nabishin186. And Tony's at Tony Horvath. All one word. Of course, follow Jarrett at Jarrett John, all one word. He's awesome. And really funny. He doesn't get enough credit for that. Some other stuff, please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Follow the site at IrrationalPod on Twitter. Go to VGEvo.com and check out the podcast network there that we are a part of. Go to YouTube.com, our YouTube page, youtube.com/IrrationalPassions, and watch me play Zelda every Monday through Friday. Man, I'm at the part of Skyward Sword that's like super not interesting right now. And of course, tell your friends. Word of mouth is the best way to spread the love. And check out the website, IrrationalPassions.com. A bunch of MagFest previews and monthly passions going up there. And a Dying Light review is on the way, as well as I'll probably review Life is Strange. So, that's it. That's the show. Oh, and one more thing, youtube.com/RationalPassions. Watch me and Brant Range's weird YouTube video show, which is up there. Check out the first episode. It's about Majora's Mask. It's pretty good. I liked it. So our closing segment, a little off topic.
Oh, man.
We haven't done this in a while, so our closing segment's like an off-topic thing, not about video games, where we can just like talk about some shit. And last week we hyped it up, so we got to deliver. IPTV, talk about some television. I think we should just go around, have each of us just talk about a show we've been watching.
Oh man, this is great because I've been doing this and I didn't even know about it.
You were on last week's show.
Yeah, but I wasn't there the whole time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, Tony, why don't you kick us off?
All right, so I literally have watched the entire 8th season of Pawn Stars.
Oh my god.
All 88 episodes.
To be fair, I've watched the entire first season of Gilmore Girls in the past week, so...
I mean, I didn't watch it all in the last week, but over the past month, I've watched 88 episodes of Pawn Stars.
I get it. I'm a shitty person, Tony. You don't have to rub it in.
How many episodes are there in the first season of Gilmore Girls?
21.
So it's, exactly. It's okay.
Okay. So what do you think?
Yeah, that show's fun. I like it. It's stupidly funny.
Why don't you describe that show?
Yeah, please describe to me Pawn Stars. I want to hear the Tony Horvath abbreviation.
So it's a bunch of dudes who know a bunch of shit buying some weird shit. And then there's one guy who knows only about shoes, and he's kind of stupid. And
now, do you watch?
They keep him around because he's the straight hand. He's like the funny dude.
Okay. Do you watch Storage Wars on top of this, or is that the next step?
No. I like the history of Pawn Stars.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because like stuff that they bring in is all like there's like a bunch of historical stuff, and like they'll bring in like old cool shit, and then they like tell you about it, and I think that's cool.
What was the hottest pawn that you saw?
Depends. What kind of stuff do you like? You into fine art? There's been some Picassos.
The life that the art or whatever the fuck that you like.
I like cool musical instruments and stuff, and they had there's this dude. His name is I can barely even remember his name, but he's played on like most old stuff. Like he's the guy who played the James Bond theme on the guitar, the electric guitar James Bond theme. And I think his name is like something Flick, like Rick Flick or something. And he brought in his guitar that he had played like throughout his career to sell, which was pretty cool because it is like the same guitar that played the James Bond theme song and stuff like that. So that's kind of neat. There's been some other cool stuff like in Elvis Presley, one of his jumpsuits and all that, those kind of things. It's pretty neat.
I like. I'd like to get the guitar, the bass guitar specifically. That dude who did the Mario Kart 8 soundtrack is just fucking slapping all the time. Dude's just like,
you want the saxophone?
Yo, that guy would bring in his bass guitar and they would give him like no money for that because they're like, what the fuck is Mario
Because
Kart?
they're fucking monsters. I would want the saxophone and the entire horn section for that matter.
Someone brought in a Magnavox Odyssey 200 and I thought I was nerding out about that, and then they were like, what the fuck is this?
Of course. All right, that's a good pick.
Otherwise, yeah, I like it a lot. That's what I do and I can't do anything else. So
cool. Scott, TV. What you been watching?
Let's see. We could talk about Adventure Time because this last episode.
I don't give a shit what you guys talk about. I can just take out my headphones and go get another beer.
I watched it too, Scott. So we can talk.
All right, so.
Spoiler warning, I guess.
I guess if you don't watch Adventure Time, whatever.
All right.
All right, go. We're good. We're in this. Everyone was like, "Oh shit, I'm up."
All right, so I don't remember which season finale or opening it was, but they went ahead and they basically rebirthed the Lich into a child.
The Lich King?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Shit, man. World of Warcraft crossover.
No. This one's much worse.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get worse than Arthas.
Arthas is such
voiced
a cool
by Rob
name.
Perlman.
Oh, fuck. Seriously?
Yes.
Does he also have a giant head?
It's around relatively his size.
Okay.
Then again, this guy's massive.
Okay. He looks really cute. I like these pictures.
What's his name? Sweet Pea?
His name is Sweet Pea.
That's fucking great.
Okay, yeah, so basically, Finn and Jake gave the newborn Lich to a new couple that formed the show. Tree Trunks, and I forget his name. I didn't think they just call him Pig.
Mr. Pig. Mr. Pig.
They do just call him Pig. And I don't know how long it's been. There's no reference to passage of time, but the kid is too big for the first story of the house, but strangely still fits inside it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was wondering that. I thought, like, they must have made the house bigger or something for him to fit in.
Does Jake still have like a... Is Jake the dog?
Yeah. Jake is the dog.
Okay, does Finn still have a robot arm?
No. That was not exactly a canon type thing. That was where he was sent to an alternate possibility.
What the fuck is this show, guys?
Well, you didn't. I don't think you saw the first few episodes and finished those few episodes.
I mean, I get that it's like a nuclear apocalypse world, but like,
the other thing
that's
about
as far
the show,
as I get.
The other thing about the show is they don't sequence the events one right after the other. It's if they will take a small little detail that happened in this, that you know something's up with it, but it won't come back until a few episodes later. like for a while later.
Weird. So all I know, I don't know if you guys know this, but like like the vampire girl, like Marcelina, her like alternate world version that's a dude is played by, is played by Childish Gambino, also known as Donald Glover, who is Ethan's favorite rapper. And he's also an excellent comedian, and I enjoy him quite a bit. I don't know if you noticed that, Scott, because I know you know who Donald Glover is. Good. Just put it out there. I think it's cool.
Okay, so yeah, basically, it starts off with this kid is now going to his first day of school.
Oh, okay.
So it's like getting there.
Okay.
He goes off, and immediately, because he's bigger than the other kids, and he's also like heavy, kind of bigger, and absolutely fucking massive. Like, this kid is 2 stories tall.
Okay.
So he's getting picked on, and he gets upset. And then the pretty much self-proclaimed king of Ooh, which pretty much, Alex, if you were to put a crown on your head, walk outside and say you were the king of everything, that is pretty much what this guy is right now.
I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but I am the king of everything.
You are the Burger King.
Goddamn right. Have it your way.
So he comes up and says, hey, would you like to dance for me? Not at all in that way.
Okay.
So from there, the show takes a creepy kind of turn. And they... so he goes out and dances, and basically they make him do the truffle shuffle.
Yeah.
Does
fucking Chunk from Goonies show up at some point?
Yeah, no. But instead, what it does is it makes everybody laugh. So the King of Ooze starts taking everybody's money. That is what's happening right now. So it's like, it is extremely creepy and kind of like, what? At the same time.
So he pulled like an Ed and Eddie, like an Eddie scam on everybody joke thing.
Yep.
Great. Sure.
And then Sweet Pea finds out about it, gets upset, and before this they say something if he found out about it, we'll have to go ahead and take care of him. So they have that. They have a small kind of chase scene until Sweet Pea has a reversion back to Lich form. I don't know how to describe this. I'm sure I think you're gonna have a better.
It's just some really dark shit that you just like put into their mind, and then like they're just completely freaked out. They just it's like showing like I think it was like 50 spaces of depth and like a quick flash, and like all of them they just see that all in front of their eyes, and they just can't take it, and they just like freak out and run away. But then at the end, like he does the truffle shuffle to the kids, and then they become friends, and he went to class.
But the big thing here is that I didn't tell you this before, and I really should have said he was having nightmares of what the Lich was. Yeah. And his parents are going, "Oh yeah, it's just a dream. Don't worry about it." And so when that happens, and he freaks the other guys out, he's like, "Just a dream."
That's fucked up, man. Some weird like suppressed family memories going on.
Yeah. Show's really good, man.
Well, in other shows, I watched Gilmore Girls. I mean, I could talk about Gilmore Girls, or I could talk about like the Arrow and Flash. That's the other stuff I've been watching. What do you?
Well, they're irrelevant to you, man. Like, I honestly don't know anything about Flash or Arrow or anything like that.
Okay, so like Arrow is like, at first it's like, oh, they just like Dark Knighted the Green Arrow, right? But like then it comes into its own in like a really cool way that I really like. It's dark, it's gritty, but it's also unique in its own weird way. Especially because like that whole first season, he's just fucking killing dudes. He's murdering people, and then like that changes as time goes on because of cool things. And like the Flash is just like they kind of like backdoor pilot it in the middle of season 2 of Arrow. Like Barry showed up, and then he went back, and there was like a particle accelerator that they were trying to make, like Star Labs. If you're familiar with DC, Star Labs. is kind of like their big, like, it's like the equivalent of CERN kind of like in the US, and it deals with superhero shit. So they're like making a particle accelerator, which is like a real thing that exists in CERN, and then like it explodes, and like Barry gets struck by lightning in this like weird space, like where like the particle accelerator exploded, and like everything's weird, and then he falls into a vat of chemicals or like a bunch of chemicals, and then a fucking vat, and then or like a shelf full of chemicals after getting struck by lightning, which is like actually the origin story of the Flash, like the old school origin story of the Flash. And then he wakes up like 6 months later, and he's like, man, I have like a super fast metabolism, and I'm also super fast. And like that show just like with this last week's episode just has gone insane.
In a good way?
Oh, in like the best way. Like they are going straight to the Flash lore. The words Speed Force was dropped. And I'm like, oh shit, this is getting real. Because like,
did Captain Boomerang show up?
Captain Boomerang did show up.
Okay.
He showed up for the Arrow Flash crossover episode.
Oh, weird.
Because like since Barry showed up on Arrow, they've basically got the grounds to make them hang out as much as they want. So they did like a 2-night crossover thing where
also World's Finest, but with the Flash and Green Arrow.
Yeah, actually it was like one episode was called The Brave and the Bold, and the other was called Flash versus Arrow. So pretty much. So yeah, they did one night. The Flash episode was Tuesday, and then the Arrow episode was Wednesday, and they were connected, kind of. It was really good. Like, I think they worked really well together because they are so different. Like, the Flash is like run around during the day, superhero, like people love and respect him. The Arrow is like, he's still in some circles referred to as the vigilante. He shoots arrows into people, and he's very feared in a lot of ways, and a lot of people don't like him, but since he doesn't kill people anymore, the police department kind of works with him in some ways. So very Batman-esque. But like the premise is Batman-esque. They do interesting stuff with it. Like Reverse Flash has shown up on the Flash, he's like the yellow Flash, and he's like evil.
Reverse Flash.
That's like that's
I don't know what his name is, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Professor Zoom is his other name.
We got some stupid names.
Well, like Professor Zoom was the original name, and then Reverse Flash.
I'm just saying those names are dumb. That's all.
Yeah, pretty dumb. There are worse names for sure. But like they had like just this awesome episode of like the Flash chasing Reverse Flash, and like he wasn't fast enough. He couldn't keep up with him, and he realized he wasn't the fastest man in the world.
So he's faster than the Flash?
Yeah, right now.
Okay.
But so like Barry is like, since that was the mid-season
if I run backwards, I'll be able to beat him or something.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Barry's been like training and pushing his limits, and he's been getting progressively faster and faster. Like the first month of the show, he's like, I can run it like 200 miles per hour. I can run it 300, 400, 500, 600. And he's like, all right. So like the first time he was
so
like,
he's not the Flash then. At this point, it's just like him developing to becoming like the Flash. I know, or at least I should say.
Yeah, he's trying to get his powers. It's like he can't run fast enough to like move through time yet. Like that's like kind of like a staple of the Flash.
I don't think he should do that anyway, because them time booms get pretty crazy.
Yeah, like that fucks up with the Flash's whole life, because he has to like, you know, worry not to move too fast and fuck everything up. But like they're building to that. That's why I'm saying like shit got real.
It's not getting to like I don't know, like it's not getting to the point like where he's feeling like wow, I'm going way too fast or something like that. Like he's on speed or something like that. Like I'm not saying like, does it feel like it's like I don't know. It seemed like they should have went to the direction of like, oh sure, he has this speed, but for some reason he's getting faster and faster, and he's trying to find a way to slow himself down. Or maybe that's what I'm thinking that show was about, but I guess it's not that.
No, it's so like it's not about that, because like he had the whole moment where he felt like everyone was moving slower in slow motion, and he could just like kind of move around them. Like he had that moment, and like
the Days of Future Past moment.
Yeah, pretty much. And like on the latest episode, like there's a great moment where he's like holding up a phone to take a picture, and then he like runs and is in the picture and then runs back to catch the phone. So like he's getting faster like that.
Okay.
There was like a moment where he's like, "Does this qualify as a selfie?" And Cisco, like the funny guy that's with the scientists that work with him, is like, "Oh, totally." But it's a nice progression. Like at some point, he's like, "How fast do I have to run up a wall?" And like that because he's like radio comms with these scientists. And they're like, "You have to run like 364 miles per hour." And he's like, "Okay, if I get a running start, I can do that." And now he can just do that. And
Can you run on water?
that was the next episode. He's like, "How fast do I need to run on water?" And like, you gotta take this one step at a time. You can't keep pushing this. And then he ran fast enough to move faster than sound. He ran Mach 1 and fucking did a sonic boom punch against somebody. It was awesome. And like then when he met Reverse Flash, he's like, I need to get faster. It's like an active effort as opposed to just kind of like running around helping people, as opposed to testing the limits of his potential.
Okay.
But he has like they've started building the cosmic treadmill, this thing that can just keep up with him, and he can like see how fast am I running and kind of have an idea of where he's at. It's really good, and like the best part about it is that the effects are fucking amazing. Like all the scenes like with the Flash like running through stuff. Like there was one where like a train got flipped and it shows him like in slow motion like running through the train, grabbing people and bringing them out of the train.
Oh, that sounds cool.
It was so awesome. And like he fought like the mist guy or whatever in like episode 2, and it was just like this cloud of mist following him and him like running as it was like exploding up against objects. It's like they do an excellent job for a TV budget. But yeah, there's my TV.
Man, that sounds pretty cool, honestly. I might have to.
It's fantastic. You don't have to watch Arrow to watch Flash, and I would like if you're looking for like the kind of more jokey, a little bit more upbeat. It's still it's got a kind of darker tone because it's in that same universe as the Arrow,
right?
But it's just awesome. And it's funny. It's really funny. It's really Grant Gustin, who plays Barry Allen, is super charming. I really like him. So, what about you, Nabishin? Talk about Gallivant.
Hey, man, Gallivant's really cool. I really like that show. It actually just did the quote unquote series finale, but like the series finale was kind of like it's one of those open ended things. So like, hey, we should get like another season, right? Type of like nudging thing, which that kind of upset me because I thought they would like kind of like try to like make it its own thing, and then they'll try to expand it later on. But like no, they're kind of like baiting and switch you for another season, which is kind of sad. But like the stuff in that show is just so good. Like so basically like Gallivant is like he just like basically like your best average knight. Like he like do anything. He's like just a really cool just knight type of guy. He had his girlfriend named Marilyn, and like they were together. They were and everything. And then like the King Richard, he pretty much just kidnapped her, just wanting to have her for his wife. So Gallivant goes over there to beat him and like just get his girlfriend back. And pretty much his girlfriend at that time it was at the wedding day, and it's like, I love you. I don't even need to fight. I just need to tell you that I love you. You should respect us and we should get together, right? And she was pretty much like, I kind of want the money instead. So she was pretty much Doug Gallivant there. And then like it was like a year later, and then like another princess comes up to Gallivant asking him for help because like King Richard has her parents, and like a twist of fate, like King Richard is like made that princess go to Gallivant, so like he can actually go to the palace and like get axed off because his wife because they did get married at the time. Just like she's referencing Gallivant about first everything like, oh, you're such a shitty King Gallivant when like Gallivant wouldn't like lose this easily, stuff like that. So like he's just like, I'm just gonna get rid of Gallivant. So it's just a fucking asshole. And like so he pretty much has the princess who went to get Gallivant. He has her parents, and she's pretty much like trying to get Galvin over there, so like the king just axe him and stuff like that to take care of him for once for all. And so like it's just a great show because like it's just it's so funny. It sticks to a certain tone, and this is the big like the vibe for people. Like it sticks to a certain tone, and take it or leave it. It's what it is. And like if you like that tone, you'll really like this show. If you don't like that tone, you won't like that show like at all. It's just take it or leave it. And like that sucks if you don't like it, but like for me, it speaks to my humor level, and I really really enjoy the show. They have such great songs too. Like it's from like the person who actually wrote like Disney songs, like the Little Mermaid songs and like DDB songs. Like he actually is like the musical director for this. So like like you hear songs from it, you hear them singing songs in it, and like, oh yeah, this is like totally like a Disney type of song and stuff like that. And it's like I bought the whole like album on iTunes, and like it's just so good. Like the intro Galvin song is just so good, and like it's just a thing like. I don't want everybody to like it because I know this isn't gonna be for everybody, but I just want to hear like everybody's opinion on it. That's just like a thing for me. It's like when someone asks me like,
I think I can take you up on that one. Type of the show,
Yeah.
Yeah, like the first episode is like it's free right now. It's like you could go on like PSN or Xbox Live or Hulu or whatever, just like just watch it yourself. But like it's just like something I just want to hear people's opinion. Like if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. But like I just feel like it like because for someone who doesn't like watch TV anymore, and it's like when something like gets me, and like it was like and that got me because like the way I even got introduced to it is like Katie and Mark were watching like the first 2 episodes, and like they invited me over for like the next week 2 episodes, and like. And they were telling me, oh, it's a spinoff of Once Upon a Time. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's going to be like some serious melodrama bullshit, and I know I won't really care about it. At least that's what I was thinking of what it's going to be like. And like when I sat down to watch it, I didn't expect it to be like a comedy or the scene. I didn't expect any of this shit. So like when I saw it for myself, I just fell in love with it. It was just like such a nice surprise for me. Mm-hmm. And like it's just something I don't really see on television that often. And like it's just really choreographed. It's only 8 episodes, so like they try like to bring it down so it's more focused that way, and I think that's for the best. Like if it's like a 27 episode season or something like that, like it'll probably get like it probably won't be as good or as focused as it is. So yeah, I recommend Galvin. Like I said, the first episode is up pretty much everywhere. So just check it out. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. If you like it, talk to me. We can geek out about it.
Talk to the man.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds cool. I remember seeing a trailer for it. And, like as it started, I'm like, this looks terrible. And then like it went on, and like they revealed like all these actors, and I'm like, and comedians. Like I think Patton Oswalt's in it, and a bunch of people. I'm like, wow, there's like a bunch of really funny people that I know are in this. So I might give it a try. Like I've thought about it. Maybe Ethan and I'll sit down and give it a watch. I wanted to this week. I had it up at one point, but I just at school and everything, so
right.
Yeah, no, it seems like something that it could be a hit or miss for me.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you either really like it, you really get into it, or it's something that's like, it's okay, and that's not for me.
Yeah, who knows? But I think that's it. IPTV, go watch some good TV shows.
The TV.
I think I promised that I would talk about Death Note, but. I went off on my Flash rant, so go watch Flash. I don't know if you've watched it yet, Scott.
I haven't.
Well, you're a terrible person, so.
It's always next week to talk about Death Note.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do this again. Keep doing this until.
Yeah, and instead of watching the Flash, I think I'm going to watch an option show.
God damn it. Anyway, that's the show. Sorry we went on a little long there. What's up, Tony?
We'll all listen to a music album and talk about it.
IP music, IP music.
I know where this is coming from.
Scott already knows which album
I'm going to spoil it now because guess what?
Don't you do it?
I know I'm doing it right now. They have to know right now.
What? What's up?
Because they have to know you know. No, you have to know what they know.
Okay, what's
You just found the Starbomb albums.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
He finally found the Starbomb album.
Man, that is all I listen to in my car now.
That's what I've been listening to all week.
I fucking love. Mega Marital Problems is like one of my favorite songs
that's
ever.
Really good. My favorite one is the Luigi.
Luigi's Ballad, yeah.
Luigi Ballad.
Yeah. Luigi's Ballad, the Final Fantasy VII one.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
And the Regretroid is my favorite.
Yeah. Nobishin, have you listened to the second album yet?
No, I still haven't gotten it yet. I gotta wait till funds come in until I get that.
The simple plot of Metal Gear Solid is on that, and it is real good. Especially there's a bit at the end that I'm not going to spoil for you, but it made me just lose my mind.
Yeah, but like the other earlier this week, I was listening to I was doing something. I think we were doing dungeons or something, and I was just putting music on. So I put on the DJ Cutman remix of Shovel Knight.
Yep, it's a good one.
Strike the Earth, and YouTube was like, "Yo, I never do this," but YouTube was like, "Hey, you want to start this mix playlist of this video?" And I was like, "Alright." So it was like the third thing on there, and it was good.
Yeah, that's a great album. The first one's great. The second one is also great. Glass Show's Title Fight is a great one on that one, and Inky's Lament, which is about Inky from the Pac-Man games, is great. I don't know. Go listen to it. Obviously, there will be a Starbomb 3, for those of you who don't know, probably this coming December, and I am fully erect.
There you go.
I'm gonna get close to the mic. Or you get close to the mic. I'll get close to the mic.
They revisit that in a totally different way, and it's
gross.
It's so good. The way the first album or the second album starts is him finishing that stupid song from the outro of the last album, and it's just like him doing something about butts.
Right.
Butts is butts. They're totally nuts. And then Danny in the background's like, nailed it.
Yeah, but that's pretty good.
Anyway, see you next album. Go download Starbomb if you haven't already. Thank you for listening to the show. We love you guys. Thank you to Danny Wiesner, our music band, for the opening music of Two Player Co-op and the closing music of The World Is Saved. Man's an optometrist. He ain't got time for this shit. He's got to fix some eyes.
I wonder if the promise of Mario Party could get Dan Reichert on this show.
Probably. If we'd fly him out here, play Mario Kart with him, or Mario Kart. We'd play Mario Kart with him, but Mario Party.
Yeah, play the party.
That's the hill I'm gonna die.
Thank you, Tony.
Oh,
Thank you.
Also,
oh God, Tony, you're ruining my vibe.
One more thing. I'm seriously considering importing Puyo Puyo Tetris.
I thought about it too.
I don't know if you guys would want to play it with me if I did so.
It's only on Xbox One, I thought.
No, it was on.
No, they played it on
PS4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, they played it on Xbox, but Dan got it on PS4.
Okay.
I'm going to a convention. It'll probably be there, so I'm not even gonna worry about it.
Okay. Anyway, thank you, Tony. Thank you,
if
Scott.
It's there, Nabashin,
shut up, Tony. Thank you, Nabashin. Thank you again for listening. I hope you liked our stupid meandering bullshit. I've been Alex O'Neill. Play your games, stay rational. We will talk to you guys next fucking week.
I know.
I'll get it for you if it's there, Tony. You got it.
Alright, perfect.
God, I can't wait like 10 fucking seconds.
Title.
Nope.
Tony, just read some goddamn titles.
Alright, titles, gentlemen.
Titless, I believe.
Serious V-neck. Speaking of black people. Hey, how about them circles? An upright base. Taken. Nearly there. I hate this.
And it's tack 3.
10 out of 10 would fuck again. Hashtag bring Alex Talks back.
I really like Nearly There.
Nearly there is pretty good.
I'm gonna put up that fucking picture of John St. John licking that lady's leg. It's gotta be. It's the only cover art picture that's appropriate.
But you gotta have the Dead Space lady on there too.
Okay, yeah, very true.
Yeah, okay, I'm good with this.
That I'll put her face over the lady's face. Oh, that's gonna be a good fucking cover art. I'm like foreseeing this right now. I'm gonna download that cover art so I have it. Her face is really fucking funny. Like, just in general. Of course, I'm downloading it from Joystick. That was the first link that came up. Alright. Who wants to say it? Tony, you should say it.
I don't like saying things.
Well, you can say the episode number. I'll say it.
What episode is this?
213. It's in the top of the Google Doc.
You can never know.
Well,
it was on like the last one and the one before that and the one before that. So
yeah, you should keep track of them numbers.
Should probably. Know.
You should take it. You should make a tally of the consecutive episodes you're on because it's not going to last forever.
I don't think I've missed one so far this year.
Tally. No,
it was Tally.
This is Irrational Passions episode 213.
No.
Tally was a keeper.
Tally was a keeper. All right. Go ahead, Tony.
That was the title. I already did it.
No.
What is the title? Which one?
It's nearly there. I'm saying that part. All you have to do is say 213.
213.
God, you... Why do you stress me like this?
This is the Irrational Passions Podcast, episode 213.
Nearly there. That's it. Thank you for watching, those people who stuck with us. Bye. You can stop